Now, this link inside me this morning.
Okay, we are live. We are right here. Good day, everyone out there. It's another beautiful day again with us at Upper Reporters and Talk, the program where we discuss and give our unbiased and unreserved opinion on the issues affecting the social, political, and economic welfare of Nigerians across board, connecting Nigerians home and abroad. Today is the 20th day of September 2024, and we're live in the studio for our 59th edition, our 59th episode of the program. And as usual, we'll be hitting you live with the latest topic. We'll be hitting you live with the latest topics around the political space. We'll be hitting you live as things unfold. I'd first like to introduce myself. I go by the name Obizo J. World Peace is not going to be here with us at the moment. He's going to come in, but first we have a bit of people, our panelists in the studio. And as we go further, we know the basic rules and regulations to the program.
Driver is close.
Yes. So as it is, today being an important one for us, I would give a bit of the topics that we have on ground so we can hit the ground running. Yes, it's about time again. Election time is here. Tomorrow, 21st of September 2024, there will be holding the Edo gubernatorial elections, where the people have to come out to make their bold decisions. And while we hope for the best, that means it's an essence way of saying that we are about to making Edo great again. These elections are a symbol. We make Edo great again. Today is the election eve. According to the INEC rules and regulations, campaign stopped midnight yesterday for everyone. Campaign has stopped. It is now the process to go into the elections proper. On the program, as we go further, we'll be meeting our candidates. When I mean meeting our candidates, we'll be making deliberations on our candidates and a bit of a review on the outgoing governor, on his achievements and issues. But now, we have come to a line, we have come to the point where the people have done their best. The candidates have told us what they all can do. The government has put every institution in place. Now it is left for the people to take go about their civic responsibilities. Election is here. Do you have your PVC? Will you be voting? These are the key questions that should be asked. And afterwards, how do we hold our leaders accountable? That is the most important question of every society. First, the right of every citizen is to vote, and the right to have to go for an election. That is the right of every citizen. It's a civic right. We are lucky I think we're in a society where things do not affect the strength or the abilities of us to vote our preferred candidate, our biased candidate, our unbiased candidate, our relative as a candidate, our friends are candidates, our party members, our tribesmen as candidates, as we want to put it going, etc., etc., etc. But first, we have to ask ourselves, do we have what it takes, or do we have the PVC to make such decisions? And are we a part of the system to vote? These are the few questions that will come today. Today is not, we're not going to talk about anybody special because we are talking about the candidates all through. We're going to talk about the processes of the elections and the processes after the elections. Because first, I would like to say, as we have a bit of moderators in the house or panelists in the house, like I will put it, we have to ask ourselves, how do we hold our leaders accountable? It's a very crucial time where errors can be made, corrections can be made. We don't know who the best candidate may be. It's not because of speeches, it's not because of manifesto, it's not because of the beauty or the or sympathy or sentiments. We're about to make a choice that we don't know the outcome. The only thing we should be more interested in is if these people don't go according to what they have planned for us, how do we hold them accountable? So first, I'll go to my panelists. Normally when I come, I go to World Peace first, who is a co-host, but he is not here today. So I'll have a bit of my panelists in the studio, and I'll go to them. First of all, Epagariba, good morning. Thank you for being in the studio with us. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, good morning. There's a little issue here, so I would like to just listen. I have to take care of some issues.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you. I
You.
appreciate it. Thank you for
Sorry
coming.
about that. Sorry
No,
about
it's
that.
okay. It's okay. I appreciate it. Thank you for explaining. Thank you for letting us know. I appreciate it. Okay, Mr. John Bosco, are you there with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes. The question is, we have come far. We have gone. We have talked. We have trashed every topic. We have discussed every candidate. We have discussed policies. Now, the notable ones to talk about is how do we hold our leaders accountable? Because this is going forward. Election has come. Tomorrow is election day. It will come. The people will certainly vote. The people will do their civic responsibilities. Now it is left for whoever wins to emerge and be sworn into the seat. What do we do? Now there's an outgoing governor and there will be an incoming governor. Now, first of all, I know people say, yes, these governors, they come, they do 8 years, they come and go, nothing is held against them. How do we hold these people accountable? A man that has been governor for 8 years and he did nothing upon, or he did something, or he did not do enough. In such cases, how do we hold them accountable? If we are not pleased or we feel they have not completed giving us what they have promised us. So I'd like you to tell me from your own views, it doesn't matter how biased or unbiased it is. I'd like to hear from you.
Good day, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Depends on where you're listening from or watching from. I would say, first of all, I'll say everybody should come out en masse tomorrow and vote, because your vote is your power, is your weapon, is your future. Don't let anybody lie to you that there'll be violence or killing or shooting. Just come out tomorrow peacefully, go out, cast your vote, defend your vote. To me, the only way we can hold our politicians accountable is if the institutions can be independent and if the institutions can be fixed. Without that, it will be very difficult to hold these politicians accountable. Because sometimes, let's say any governor comes 8 years, they didn't do anything, they loot and go. The justice system is rubbish. the so-called EFCC that's supposed to checkmate these people, hold them accountable, punish them. They don't do anything. Look at, I'll use Yahaya Bello as an example. He was declared wanted by EFCC. Even the EFCC boss said that if he does not arrest Yahaya Bello, he will resign. He hasn't resigned till today. Yahaya Bello walked into EFCC office 2 days ago and walked out with the sitting governor, and nothing happened to him. EFCC told him that he hasn't come to surrender, that he didn't come alone. Then that same night, you went to the governor's lodge to raid the place to arrest him. Does that make sense? So how are we going to hold our leaders accountable?
He went to the governor's lodge to arrest who?
To arrest the same man that came to your office in the morning.
Okay, the EFCC went to the governor's lodge to arrest
Yahaya Bello. A man walked into your office in the morning. They said they couldn't arrest him because he walked in with government official and the governor. The immunity does not cover the man. He wasn't in the government house. He was outside the government. He was in your own facility. They would have arrested him there immediately.
Was that the EFCC in Kogi State, or most definitely, right? Not in Abuja.
Whether it's in Abuja, whether it's in Lagos, or whether it's in anywhere, it's their jurisdiction, it's their office. You can surrender in any of their office. I don't know if it's Abuja or Kogi State. But what I'm saying is that if EFCC and other institutions that are supposed to take care of these situations, our elections are not going to be will not count, and we cannot hold these people accountable too. If we have institutions that are independent, that are functioning, these politicians will be held accountable. The only thing we can do is to go out there and vote. If they allow our votes to count, yes, we can hold them accountable. The good thing about Edo State is that Edo State people are very resilient people, and their votes always count when it's supposed to count. And that's why we should be able to hold our leaders accountable. If they, after 4 years, we are not satisfied with you, we make sure we vote you out. No matter who you are, be you PDP, Labour Party, or APC. You know? And we should vet these candidates before they are elected. And the situation is that these institutions are as corrupt as the politicians. You know?
Well, when you say vet the candidates, what do you mean by vetting the candidate?
You can vet what they've done in the past, what they've managed in the past, how they managed it, how they run their investments, what do they do before what have they done before they started running for governorship. You can't just say I'm a businessman. We cannot really see what your business, how you built that business from the scratch to become something that will have to give you the #1 seat of a state to run. You know, so to me, to hold politicians accountable, the institutions will have to be fixed first. Because if we don't fix the institution, because the institutions are the ones aiding these politicians to be corrupt. For the EFCC man to come out to tell his boys, oh, please don't stop asking for gratification from politicians, you know that we have a problem. You go to court, they will a judge will twist the law to favor a politician that gives him more money. So how are you going to hold the politician accountable?
Don Bosco, do you have evidence of that?
They prove.
You have evidence of what?
Say twist. Twist it.
Okay, let me give you an example. Now look at the one that happened in Rivers State. The 27 lawmakers that decamped to APC. The Federal High Court in Abuja now is not telling PDP that the 27 law case is a pre-election matters. How can that be a pre-election matter? There was no vote. There was no election.
But let's also, before we digress, let us that case that. Now, what in your own point of view, what do you say happens to the 27 of them? They should be removed from their seats?
No. What I'm saying is that if you say you've decamped to APC, You've decamped to APC. You can't say you've decamped to APC and you're still in PDP. No, everybody saw it on TV. Everybody saw them holding the flag of APC.
Did they decamp?
Yes, they were holding flag of APC flag, and they were saying, on your mandate we shall stand. They were all PDP, even the APC chairman, acting chairman in the state, accepted them. Now the court is saying that it was a pre-election matter. I don't understand how is that a pre-election matter. So that's part of the corruption the institution is putting out there, that we cannot hold these politicians accountable.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. John Bosco, for giving us your opinion. We will still come back on the matter. But let us go around. Let us ask Mr. Osa or Barrister Osa. Barrister Osa, how do we hold our leaders accountable? How do we do this going forward?
Okay, good evening, everybody. I'm just trying to, put my thoughts together. When you talk about accountability, I think the first thing is from the citizen perspective. It's first, do we even know what these leaders have promised they will do? Because if I have not promised you anything, what are you going to, how are you going to hold me accountable? If I've promised I will do at it and say, I voted for you based on your promise to do A, B, C, and D, but you've only done A and B, you've not done the others. Therefore, we do not trust you and your party, so we're going to kick you out in the next election. So the only way that the citizens can hold, we can hold our leaders accountable is by exercising our franchise. We can't take them to court except we are a civil organization like the SERAP and the likes. And very very only few times I've seen them get judgment in their favor. So for us citizens, it's by casting our votes. And before we even do that, we also need to look at what has this person, promised. Let's take example, the outgoing governor of Edo State. Do we know what he promised when he was coming in? I doubt if we know.
Yeah,
We don't know what.
It's not a big deal. It is what we can go back into records to figure out.
And look at.
Most definitely, he made promises, but it's what we should go back into the books to find.
Yeah. So it's good that at least we are here today. We know what the candidates that will be voted for tomorrow, what they have promised. So we need to put that in our remembrance, so that every year we match them. The first 100 days, what have you done? The first month, what have you done? The first 3 months, the quarter. We start looking at it quarterly, and we start letting them know that, look, you promised this, you promised that. This is 1 year going. You haven't done anything. However, looking at the broader picture in terms of we have the judiciary, we have the legislative arm, and we have the executive. The leaders we're talking about now, we're talking about the executive. So it is the role of the judiciary to actually look into it. When a case is brought before them, look into that case fairly to ensure justice is done. If the man has, embezzled money and it's obvious, then make the necessary pronouncement. Our judiciary should not act based on fear or favor. They should be bold enough to say it the way it is. If the man has heard and there is evidence to that effect, then yes, give him what he deserves. And also our law enforcement agencies, they should be up and doing. Like John Bosco said earlier on, that we have the EFCC in the case of the Kogi state. Even before EFCC, the man was declared wanted and he had police orderlies with him. So who are the best person to arrest him? Is it not the orderlies that are there with him? But they were all recalled, and the next thing you declare the man wanted. And I struggle to understand how. The policeman is with you. Then they are recalled to the office. The next thing you now say the man that I was just guarding is now declared wanted. Why didn't you just give me the order to arrest him there and there?
So these are some of the things that does not really instill confidence in the populace. So I think our security agencies, we can do better, and I know they have the training, they have the expertise, and they have the boldness to do better. So we should demand that they do better, and I think laws should also be put in place that if any leader or anyone in office does something that is wrong, then he or she will be taken to court, and the law will prevail. So I think these are some of the ways in which we can hold our leaders accountable. Yeah. So the first one is we, the citizens, we need to know what they've promised or what they've done. Are the people better off? Are they living a better life? Um, if not, then you cast your you use your exercise your franchise in make removing them from office, or look at the judiciary and then the police, the authorities as well. So these are ways in which these people can be held accountable. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Barrister Osa. Yes, we we are now going straight to the. We are now going. We are talking about holding our leaders accountable, and a lot of fingers are being pointed to the institutions, not the judiciary. Sorry, excuse me, to the institutions, the institutions that are being indirectly controlled by the same leaders. It's like having a dog in the house, and the owner of the dog is the leader, and the dog is the institution. How does that work? Do you think the dog will ever harm the owner? In
But
most
isn't it
cases,
where we were told that these they are independent? When they tell
yes.
us
But
we are
who
arms of
feeds? But
government.
who feeds the independence, or who feeds the institutions?
Yeah, that's why we
How
need
do
to
they?
go back to the drawing board and make these institutions actually independent.
Okay. Okay, and how do you strengthen? Okay, before we go, yes, okay, thank you for your submission, Mr. Barrister Osa. Let us hear from Mr. Tukpo. Mr. Tukpo, are you there? Are you available to make a submission on this topic?
Mr. Moderator, good afternoon. What topic is that, please?
Yes, we are talking about, see, this period, okay, let me just go back again. We are right now, what we are talking more about is how to hold the leaders accountable, because we have gotten to the point where the elections have come. We have talked about our candidates, we have talked about the people, we have talked about the electorate. Now it's time to talk more, or talk about how our leaders going forward can be held accountable. That is the topic. How do we hold our leaders accountable? And would you like to deliberate or give us a submission on it?
Well, yeah, I heard what people have said. The truth is, there's a song by China Man, which say, food in all the water, not the country, no good, water body, NEPA people, we no get light. I believe all of us were conversant with this song. And this song was sung around the year 2000 and 2002 or 2003, when majority of us here on this platform were either in our late 20s or early 20s. And if I go by the records, that's exactly 22 years today. And we are here approaching our 50s. And still, there's still no food, there's still no light, and our country is still not good. So the question is now, what did we as a people do with our young age that we are still where we are? It is simple. When we were growing up, we were taught to obey our parents, follow rules, observe what they tell us, and not call out their wrongs even when they are wrong. So, and they assured us that if we can do what they have told us, which included going to school, graduating, getting a good job, marrying, that the opportunities of life are open to us. However, I can clearly state that majority or the majority of us did this to the latter. And then by the time we got to the age where we were supposed to take power from them in order to correct these wrongs, they have refused to hand over that power to us. I can say we have colluded because we are here taking sides with politicians. Oh, this one is better than this one. This one went to school better than that one. That one can speak better than this. This one knows how to. That one did not go to school. That one is a talk. So if we talk about holding our leaders accountable, the generation that is before us, the good thing about that generation is that we have trained them not in the way our fathers trained us. We have trained them to have the entitlement mentality that they can easily correct us when we are wrong. So the scary thing about our generation is that we will not even be given this opportunity that we have given to these our leaders. We will not get this opportunity from the younger generation that is after us. So I think what we need to do as a people is, yeah, hello, sorry, my line broke up.
Yeah, we can hear
I
you.
think what we need to do I think what we need to do is as a people is to first purge ourselves of this mentality of having sides, because if a man comes to me and tell me that I should support a ticket of a candidate that both of them, both the running and the supporting, are both 65 years, and by the time the 8 years is over, they will be in their 70s. I can imagine the age that our children, which I believe some people already have children who are up to 18 years. I can imagine adding 8 years to a child who is already 15 or 16 years. He will be in his 20 something years.
This appears to be a criticism and not answering the question of Mr. Tubo. It's as if
No,
you're
no,
criticizing
no,
something.
Okay,
well,
that is my submission for now. So I can take it up from here.
Because you are
yeah,
here to you are campaigning. You are not addressing the situation. I don't know how age. What age has to? No, but Jay, I don't understand how age. The man that made what's it called, Singapore what it is today, he was in his 70s. So I don't know
yes,
what
it
age
is
has to do
on a
with age.
federal level, not on a state level.
It doesn't matter. It
But
doesn't
before
matter. It doesn't.
I will come back. I will come back to Tupo's. I will come back to Tupo and
No,
his
make that
support.
thing from the road.
But first, we have a telephone. We have a caller. Caller, please.
My hand is up. My hand is up. Oh.
Yes, we'll
My
come to
hand
you,
is up.
please.
My
Yes,
hand is up.
Josie. Let us take the caller. Caller, please. Can you tell us your name and where you are calling from, and give us your submission on the topic?
Yeah. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Greetings to the panelists and our viewers across the world. Yeah, this is a very good one. Surprised to hear the last speaker talking about age. The crop of this generation, the crop of generation we have is even worse than the ones we've been. We are here supporting what is evil. We want power to be given to us. And somebody spoke earlier about Yaya Bello. Yaya Bello is not an old man. Yaya Bello is not older than most of us on this panel. To do what is right is not a function of age. If you are bad, you are bad. The bad leaders we have today, most of them were one-time young man. So age does not come with credibility. It doesn't come with integrity. If you don't have it, you don't have it. And you cannot give what you don't have. And we are here. Our leaders are not as strong as we say, as we think. I see this every day. They have the followers. We are complaining every day. We the victims. We the oppressed. We create an enabling environment. Right. Look at what is happening again right now. The people are, election is tomorrow. The people are started calls today. The likes of Bolsonaro and others have been arrested today. Those are not your old men. I cannot young people. Although Bolsonaro, by my calculation, is not more than 45, 50 years old. He's not even up to. He doesn't have anything to do with it. Tony Kabaka will talk about the boldness to attack a city governor in the midst of his fellow governors and the other powers last year. Nothing has happened to him. He's not too old. He has been doing it from when he was a youth to where he is today. He's about 54 years old. So, we're talking about stability. cannot hold people accountable when they don't depend on you to have their power. Only when the power comes to people, you look at the way the electionary process, how do they come into power? How do they become your leaders? If you don't make input on how they become leaders, you're waiting for a mean to hold them accountable. It's like putting the car before the horse. It's tantamount to effort defeat. It does not work. I watch Antonio Conte. I'm just moving from one point to the other. I watch Antonio Conte, former Rivers chief of staff, on the national television saying the chief of staff office, they give it to the state commissioners to go read the result. Now we're saying on this yesterday on national television. We are just talking. See, I don't understand Nigerians. We are good in talking. We talk from morning to night. We are becoming to accept most of these abnormalities as a way of life because we are used to. We are like a woman that has been in an abusive relationship. Sometimes, even when she's been abused, she doesn't see anything wrong with it because she has been abused over the years. That is exactly what Nigerians are coming into. This is the time of 7 p.m. news. Now we have internet information at our disposal. Something is happening in Benin right now. You can get it in America. People are already starting going into the INEC office with a poor passion for a election that is going to hold tomorrow. Then when the youth are here, because they are APC members, we don't see anything wrong with it. And if such a leader emerges tomorrow, you want such a leader to be accountable to you, when does not depend on the people to have this power. They can put us away into office. There's no way they can be accountable to you if you are not the one. They are supposed to be trustees. Power actually belongs to the people.
Thank you very much.
Power belongs to the people. They hold the power in trust for the people.
You have 10 seconds left, sir.
Okay. So long as we continue to draw the line of partisanship, we are APC, we are PDP, even when they do what is wrong, we don't see anything wrong with it. I mean, somebody spoke about a strong institution. We believe in strong men like Wike, other than building institutions. Somebody went to everything in the morning. In the night, you got to shoot guns. I mean, I'm not okay. You saw something. When the problem that was wrong with something was you did not deal with the corruption. You don't deal with the abuse of drinking water into the country. They are still there as member of MPC. Nothing of them. It's what you remove with nothing. We are not ready to move forward. Our people, in my name, the state people are occupying the national assembly. We don't care. We don't know what we're supposed to do. And when the thing is late, we will begin to react negatively. It's not going to take us anywhere. We the people are not ready. We create an environment for our leaders to be corrupt. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate your submission. I appreciate your contribution on the matter. Yes, I think we all speak the same voice, or we are all speaking on the same tone, or toward the same direction, but we come from different manner. And sometimes we speak with a bit of sentiment, I would think is balanced because of where we stand. Going back to Mr. Tupo's submission, I vividly support him on that, saying if only the standards were high, for me, having a candidate and a vice on a certain age would be a no-no for me. If standards were high, if you can understand my placement, having a governorship candidate at 64 who should be running for presidency at that age will suffice for me. But coming as a governor 64, no. Coming as a deputy governor at 64, again another no. Because most times these deputies will want to do deputies for 8 years, of deputy governors for 8 years, and they probably think they are still ripe to lead because they believe they have gone on the race or they have learned a lot in their process.
Yeah, but Jay, the people complaining about their age have they have a youth leader that is 50-something years old as their youth leader in the state.
That's why
I have a youth leader as an APC youth leader in his 50s. So why can't somebody be governor?
That's why I said if the standards were high. When I say standards, now I'm not talking about being just a governorship candidate. It's the same thing as putting a commissioner a youth leader, a councillor, as you can imagine a councillor being 59 years, a councillor of a district being 59 years, or a youth leader being 55 years. These standards are low. That is why a man that is 64 or 70 can say he wants to be governor. I think the APC even had a candidate that was 70, but the professor was a professor.
Osubo.
No, not Osumbo, not the former governor. There was another professor. I think he was a former ambassador. Yes, he was on the list at some point.
That's Uncle Martin Suomori.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes.
He was on the list. So when you see people, they don't even care. They just feel we are young and we are healthy and we can lead. Those are the standards that we have to. If it is I don't know if it's we are far from the constitution or the. Sometimes these things should not come on written constitutions. It should come like a gentleman's agreement which says it's time for the Edo Central, or it's time for the Edo South, or it's time for the Edo North. These things are not written, but there's an agreement to it. And people
but we had young people in politics. They didn't do better.
No, we are not going to start keep judging with. We are not going to keep using. Just Elijah, just give me a minute. You cannot keep judging the youth with the man from Kogi or Dino. What's his name? The former governor of Kogi State, or Dino.
But we had young people from Edo State too.
We cannot. But I'm not saying we have young people, we have old, but we cannot continue to judge young people in general because we have one man that's 64. I'm not saying 64 with the standards are low, so now 64 can be understood. That is why I'm saying. But if the standards were a bit higher, my brother, 64 is a bit high. A man at 64 is due for retirement in 2-3 years. Retirement in all things is only in Social Security that should be paying him. He will be going to the farm and waiting for his grandchildren's school bus. That's it. So hold up, please. Just like you are next, but let have a caller. Let us take the call briefly. I will go to you. Caller, please, can you tell us your name and where you're calling from?
It's Ero from Germany.
Ero from Germany. Good, Ero. Please give us your submission as you can.
About the age of our deputy, the age of the governor, if we are really sincere, it doesn't matter. Even if the governor is 60, 70, 80, I don't care. But the most important thing is if the governor is ready to do the job. About 80 or whatever, I don't care. But about you are speaking about the age, the deputy age, I'm not APC, I'm not PDP. But what I'm only trying to say here is if the right people are in position to rule the state. If you should go to Edo State now, I just came back from Nigeria. If you should go to Edo State, my brother, go to Ibareke, go to Usemu area, Usemu secondary school area, Point School Road, all those areas, all those areas, every should carry the house is finished. State government, all the governor, 23 years old young man, did not do anything. Let's call a speed. Let's say this thing is wrong. You understand? So that is why I will never clap for any politician, be PDP, be APC, be Labour. I'm a partisan. I'm not joining any party. I can never join any party. Because why I'm saying this is that why we are debating about this age is that. If you check our governor perfectly, the age he came into power as a governor, it was okay. But what did he do with the age? Did he mobilize now all the roads he abandoned for almost 8 years? Now he's trying to do the job. Look at the case of all those markets that got guns. He's trying to build them. Why not start early? Maybe when just in second term election, I'll start building all those markets. No, elect it because the election is coming. So at that age of 18, I don't think it's anything. I don't think it's important to me. To me, if you come to Europe here, you see my Burgermeister here. He's very old. He's about 64, 7 years old. My Burgermeister in my city here.
What's the meaning of Burgermeister? Please, can you?
67 years old.
What's the Burgermeister? Okay, no, bro, my fire. Okay, it's okay. Go ahead.
Burgermeister is just a mayor like governor now. You don't call governor in Nigeria like Burgermeister.
Yeah.
If you're sitting head, you know.
Okay, it's a mayor.
Burgermeister.
I see that.
So that's why if you see sometimes we debate about this age of 18, I don't take it. You know, I don't just take it. But what I mean, let the right person run the state. Hey, brother, let this is here. Not travel. If you go to Nigeria, don't go to GRA. Don't go to all those football. Just go to all those rural area in between that Benin there. Go to Selu. Go to off Yoruba Nusa. I don't know college road. I don't know college road. Child, he work. He's doing some work there. I don't know college road. Go to Ibadan, Selu, all those secondary school. Agmota, all those area. Off Wasota. Go to all those areas. Go and like those cities crying for just put some cleanliness there. The election go. Go there by yourself. If we are really sincere to ourselves, if really we are not partisan to ourselves, if God, if really we are really Christian, we have God hearing, go to those areas in Benin. You share tears that this if God was still this stage, sometimes it happens. And those stupid people still go and if I were to be in Nigeria, I will vote. I will never vote. Never. For all those peoples, all those demons, it's impossible. Go to Selu, not go to TRO. You know, TRO is very beautiful. Don't go to TRO. I don't the jail of some area in jail which is unpassable. You can't go to some area in TRO. Let's forget that jail just is not because of the way I tried in TRO. Go to Usilos off Minogos Road before the university. Go to Nakisi. Go to federal station. Go to all those areas. You don't want to control those people go for that. Those areas. Just go. I just come back for Nigeria and go. If we are really sincere to ourselves, I don't think that empty remember tomorrow. Let the election, let the best person in the God-fearing person, not the best person. Let the God-fearing, he speaks English, he doesn't speak English, he's very intelligent. If the right person let him win. If only the dummy, only didn't go to school. Let him win. Even in Joshua, at my age, 51, I'm still going to German school. I am not learning English. I am not learning how to speak Queen's English. I learn Dutch. I learn how to speak Dutch. Everything you do, you have to write German language. They don't ask you for English. Only the Germans. Only come to their city here, their local cities here. All are just like
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Ero. It's okay, Mr. Ero, but
no, my brother, junior. Sometimes the way some people talk on this your platform, sometimes I just say God.
No.
The military man, maybe just they took over or cook. If I'm to be a military man in Nigeria, there are some people in this town that keep to this platform. I will look for them and arrest them. I'll put them.
Mr. Ero, it's okay. You
Thank you very much for submission. Thank you very much. I appreciate your call. And please stay tuned to the program. Mr. Ero, I understand your point. But you know the truth. If you can't vote, the best man cannot win. If you don't vote, it is vote or die. I've just used the word. I'm sorry, I'm not going to use the word die. We have to vote. Sentiments apart. Yes, we know we are in between the devil and the deep blue sea. We have to make these processes work. So we have to be a part of it to perfect it. We know it is always sad that when we are using a template from a proper society, we still make errors. That is the reason why people like me complain. And some people will say, no, we are a going process. We have other countries, perfect these processes, even if not 100%, or they've gone further than above 90. And we are doing it in 2024 with the same technology that has been, I wouldn't say perfected, that has been completed and given a pass mark, but we can't get it right. That we, somewhere along the line, we are purposely not making it work. Everybody should go out and vote. Everybody should go out and vote. There should be, there's no room for alarm. There's no room for chaos. It is going to be a peaceful one. There should be no room for fear. Go out and vote. It will do you a favor. It is like going out to a friend and making fulfilling a wish that you want. Please, we beg, tell your friends, Mr. Iro, call your family members. We know what you saw, you weren't happy about it. Yes. If we have to start blaming people, we blame people. That Obasanjo came out today and said a lot of politicians should be behind jail. It's on media. Former president of Nigeria. He said some Nigerian leaders should be in jail. That is how he feels. And from what he has seen, you are feeling the same way. A lot of people are feeling the same way. But the truth is that even though Obasanjo feels that way, doesn't mean on the day of election he's not going to vote, or he's not going to tell his wife or his family to vote. Please let us do the needful. Vote. And even if it's a WhatsApp group, vote. Always be a part of it. You don't have to win every election. You don't have to win every time, but just make sure you be a part of it. Please. Next, like I said, we are going to Mr. Josilaj. Mr. Josilaj, are you there? Please unmute yourself. And Mr. Josilaj, are you there? Should I move? Okay, Mr. Josilaj is not answering. Let us go to Mr. Bontan. Mr. Osazwa Bontan, are you there? Are you available? Okay, no. Before you go, before Osazwa Bontan, hold. Mr. Woma went to Mo. Mr. Woma went to Mo. I see that you are going back and forth. Don't go. Make your submission before you leave. Are you there? Unmute yourself. Just large. We'll get back to you. Mr. Woma went to Mo. Are you there?
Yes, I am here. Hopefully you can hear me. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. I know you are.
All right, brilliant. I'm not actually from your state. I'm not an Edo-lite, but I'm an Edo admirer and a lover of the culture and the people of that space. So we came to say good luck for tomorrow. May the best man win. I don't have a dog in the fight, but I want the best man to win. Yeah, you were dipping out a little bit there, but yes, I don't have a dog in the fight, but I want the best man to win. So really, it's just really coming in to show solidarity. Hopefully, it's peaceful, and then hopefully the best man wins. So yes, and hopefully, party guy. I don't have a dog in the fight, like I said. So can anyone hear me?
You have a dog in the fight now.
Yes. Good. We can all hear you. But this time around, you don't have to have a dog in the fight. We are talking about how we can hear you. Can you hear me too?
Oh,
can you? I think we lost him in the interim. Yes, Mr. One Man went to Mo. Yes, I understand very well. You don't have a dog in the fight, but we are talking about how we hold our leaders accountable. Good, you're not from Edo State. You're a Nigerian. You're an African. You're a humanitarian. It exceeds just the Edo State politics. How do we hold our leaders accountable? I want to use my own. Let me use this as the former president of Nigeria is saying something on. He made a mention of something in today's news. He is part of the leaders. He will say, when I left Nigeria with 65 trillion. I left Nigeria with this. I had this in our coffers. I turned this to this. I turned this to that. Even him not being in government anymore, he is a leader. how do we hold him accountable for whatever happened from 1999 to 2000 and blah, blah, blah. These are the questions we have to talk about. These are the ways going forward. Just glad you are back in the studio. We want to know, it is not about the Edo election completely, still, because we'll be having a new leader in Edo in the next 24, 48 hours. But how do we hold these people accountable so they can sit up and know when they are coming to do work, they are coming for service? Just glad, please unmute yourself and give us your submission. Thank you very much.
I will hold them accountable. Good afternoon, everyone, or morning or night from wherever you are hearing me from. How we hold our leaders accountable is if they allow us to have a free and fair election without suppression, devoid of suppression. Allow people to come out and cast their vote. Do not cause apprehension among the electorate, the voters, before the election or even on the election day. Do not go about harassing and intimidating people because you have government at the center on your side. Truth be.
Mr. Joseph, are you there? Mr. Joseph, are you there?
After all of us. Because all around the world today, after the COVID, every economy, the world is struggling.
Am I missing you? Is it from my end? Can anybody hear me? Or is just Mr. Josie that's having issues with
I think it's Mr. Josie that's having issues.
Okay, because I'll begin to get scared. I'm wondering why every day of the program my own internet has issues. Yes, that's if we were in Nigeria, we would have said yes, Nigeria, net for MTN, this T-Mobile or Econet, nothing works well. We're in foreign soil and internet is internet. It is not man, even if it's man, it's not perfect. Even machines make error. So, Mr. Josie, we can't hear you. I don't know if it's your location or your spot. Please, when you have a bit of time, we'll bring you back in, or you continue from where you finished from. Yes. The topic, again, if you're just coming, welcome to the topic is this: how do we hold our leaders accountable? Again, people are saying, if they do a free and fair election, let us get it right. Let us get this very, very right. Our leaders don't interrupt elections, or our leaders don't go to steal ballot boxes. Our leaders send the ordinary people to steal ballot boxes. The people that live.
But Jay, this is what we talk about the institution, because the institution has still allowed these thugs to be able to snatch ballot boxes. You see police officers shielding the thugs to do the bidding. So that we still comes up back to the institutions. If the institutions are not well regulated or not independent to do the right thing, then there's a problem. We can't fix it by ourselves.
The institutions are there. Every country has got its institution. But how did they say it? They say ignorance is it bliss? A man that chooses, he wakes up in the morning, is giving money that cannot even allow him buy first-class tickets from Lagos to Cairo. He wakes up that morning, takes his bath, puts on his clothes, probably tells his wife or his siblings are in the house, what is for breakfast? And he leaves his house to go and steal ballot box. You cannot blame it on any institution or any leader.
Moderator, can you allow people to, you give him too much time for yourselves. We are not here forever. We only have about an hour or two. You take up more than 30 minutes of talking. People are waiting and people have other things to do. That's just my observation. People are also complaining on the comment section, sir.
Who are complaining on the comment section? Every day is not Christmas.
Read the comments.
Whose comments? Okay. But I'm waiting on somebody. And secondly, I'm not Chinese. I'm Nigerian as well. To give my own submission, Mr. Mori, I know you have plenty things to tell the people. I know. So what I still have my own rights and my say. It is. But well, like you said, it is not my. I don't have a say. I'm not a Nigerian, so it's you that have the say. Okay, let me go to the
Moderator,
next
we
one.
need to hold you accountable. If you are spending
No,
too much of our time, we will hold you accountable. Yes.
I don't want to be held accountable anymore.
Exactly.
Because
so
this
let
part
us
of
speak.
you are part of the institution we are talking about.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
The institution
So let others speak.
You people hold the institution. You people are the ones making things not work. Simple rules you cannot take. So I will do it as Mr. Mori has advised me. Mr. Bonta, are you there? Mr. Bonta? Okay, we can't have Mr. Bonta. Mr. Concon, are you there? Because it has to go around. There are a lot of people in the studio. Yeah, I don't know if
They say you don't do talk, so they don't go chop.
Who is this moderator? Okay, the Patriots. Let us give Patriots the mic. With the Patriots. Okay, your own is today. Okay. Josie Lodge, are you back?
What did happen today? Now everybody is entering.
Two with those that are available. Once they come, they will signify that they are back.
Oga talk now. The floor is open.
I did. One I think I heard now.
Oh, Mr. Concon, okay, say what you want to say.
I'm just going to tell the Edo people to go out and go vote. They shouldn't be scared of intimidation. You know, their vote matters. I know we want to see a good leader emerge tomorrow. So I wish the Edo people a good and safe election process. And I hope no compromise from the both parties or from the three parties. You know, I'm encouraging every Edo people, and I swear also encouraging everyone in this platform to encourage the people to go out and go vote. And I hope that we'll continue to do trial and error until we get the right person to lead Edo to prosperity. Thank you very much.
Trial and error. Thank you, Mr. Concon. Okay, Mr. Morley, you have the mic. Can everybody mute their Bosco to give by Miji or Mr. Mori, give us your submission.
Yeah, thank you, bro. You're talking about accountability. We cannot be talking of accountability when there are no consequences for bad behavior. You know, we clap for them when the narrative suits us. When it doesn't suit us, we complain. You know, you cannot pick and choose and expect accountability. I watched a weekend a few days ago. Somebody in the last discussion, we're talking about a cousin of Wike being appointed as a resident electoral officer in Edo. Some people didn't see anything wrong with that. By the time the results are coming out tomorrow, or they are turned against the wishes of the people, we start complaining. What kind of human being are we? We are so hypocritical. In a standard society, that has to do with conflict of interest. You cannot use your office for your own advantage. That's part of the office you take. You cannot use your public office for due advantage for your selfish interest. You know, it's a conflict of interest. It's against the law. It's a crime. You know, so the man is still there now. You know, he told you, Wike said he's not going to go anywhere. The man came on national television yesterday saying nobody can push him around. He's not going anywhere. The people should be talking about capability of what he can do. That he has done it in Rivers State. That one alone is self-indictment. What did he do in Rivers State? What has he done in Rivers State? Everybody is aware of the policies of Rivers from 1999 to date. So that is the example he's bringing to Edo State. So long as we don't have somebody spoke, made some valid points about institutions. We believe in strong men other than strong institutions. You cannot be talking of accountability where institutions have been bastardized. Number one, the police, like the custom, like the EFCC, like, look at EFCC. The idea behind this SEC was a good one. But look at how Pastor just used them. They even did better then. They are getting worse every day. So you can't be talking of accountability when these institutions have been they're in the pocket of politicians. And we cannot be talking of good politicians or good leaders when the people when the people are not allowed to make input into how they come to office. The politics is defined by a scholar as who gets what and how. The how is a very big word. It's a process. It's the electionary process. How? Who is this? Who is the chairman? Who is the senator? Who is the governor? How did they come in? What's the process that brought them into office? You can't be telling somebody that is not waiting for your vote at the end of the year, at the end of the tenure, to give you accountability. He doesn't care about you because he has the money. He will use the first time to make money, or he can make his money either by hook or crook. And the next time he will buy everybody over. You can buy INEC. If you can buy INEC, you buy police. What else you need from the people? So what are you going to tell the people? The people will just be there as noise makers in your own thinking. They are noise makers because you have nothing to do with them. So that's number one. Number two, we were here one time when Senator Bukachiwa came out on national television to tell us how his wife as a judge at the Supreme Court was helping members of PDP to win cases in appeal and Supreme Court. We were here when Ojili's wife, I don't want to go into those personal discussion. Now, we are even sitting on the gunpowder. We are complaining of what is happening today. What is to come is worse than what is happening today. You know what they are doing today? The politicians have succeeded in infiltrating every institution. Now, we're talking about 2024. People are already making projections for 2027. You know what they have done? They have changed all the judges in appeal court and Supreme Court against what is to come in 2027. They have changed all the electoral commissioner, which we used to have credible people like Guinea. I don't know how many people can remember Guinea of INEC. Today, they are nowhere to be found. They have sent them into oblivion because their voices were loud. They were not ready to compromise, and the Nigerian environment do not applaud such people. We applaud people like Wicked that have the watchers. They boast of what they can do because of what they have looted, and they have planted their cronies everywhere. So you expect something, accountability to come from such a system. I think we are just dreaming. We are hypocritical, and our arrangement. We are not ready yet. When we are ready, our leaders. If the people come together for 2 hours, the bad leaders will run. That is why they will do everything humanly possible to divide the people, either on religious ground, either on ethnicity, or whatever, on partisan ground. They will do everything to divide the people. When the people come together, they are stronger. Even the leaders, the rulers know the power of the people. They cannot stand it anywhere in the world. Nobody can stand the power of the people. But the people are helpless when the institutions are in the pocket of the so-called bad leaders. So, what are we talking about? Accountability. What do you expect? Now, we're talking about election in Edo. If that man brings a result tomorrow that is contrary to the wishes and aspirations of the people, we start going to court. And the courts, they have already planted their people, their judge. You know what? Their children, as they are living, their children and their friends are taking over from them. That is what is happening right now. From Wike to the last CJN, that they like the Chief Justice of the Federation, they are matching their people, their children, their cousins everywhere. So at the end of the day, we're talking of accountability. It's such a system that's already skewed against the people. I don't get it. There is no meaningful accountability can come from that environment. And we should not make mistakes. It's not because of their age. Most of us that are talking today, we are worse than the people we blame. The Bible says, by their fruit we shall know them. And out of the abundance of the heart, the man speaketh. From the way we talk, I've been to a lot of Nigerian fora. From the way the young ones talk, my brother, we are just waiting for opportunity. If we get the opportunity, we are going to do worse than the people we blame. Yeah, listen to Nigerian talk. You know the problem is just starting. This is just the beginning. Tomorrow is pregnant and it's going to give birth to a very worse situation in Nigeria. Thank you. I don't want to be accused of taking too much time. God bless you all.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Omori. So, you have given us your submission, yes, passionately as usual. Well, you don't yarn. It's allowed. And the next question, Mr. Aviedede, are you with us? Mr. Aviedede,
yes,
please.
Yes, I'm here.
give us your submission. Please give us your submission.
What I get to talk about for this
How do we hold our leaders? It's not INEC. How do we hold our leaders accountable? It's not INEC.
No, I'm going somewhere.
Okay,
What I mean is that, like the last speaker among the statement talk about the INEC rec being a cousin to the FCT minister, yes or wicked. So
yes.
That is where I'm going to start from. For me, all institutions, not even Nigeria, in everywhere, there must be good ones, there must be corrupt ones. In everywhere, it's just that Nigeria and some other African countries are over high. So for me, if you see the election that happened in Bayelsa recently, Imo and Kogi, I think the military did a very good job. So, and I believe that is what they are going to replicate in Edo, because I believe in the statement of the CDS. So, for me, the man has said that he is not going to show apathy to any political party. That the Edo people will see that the relationship between him and the FCT minister is not going to be part of this election. For me, I believe him. So let's look, let's watch. And I want to talk to, just last one, let me talk to my Edo people. Please, let's come out and vote our conscience. Let's vote for competence and character. We know that this journey has just started. I think the God is already fighting the will of the people to prevail. Just now, if you can, I don't know whether anybody have got the breaking news. The APC candidate has just been disqualified in federal court in Abuja, and just even now, there is a video going around now where some APC talks took a gun to a collation center in I think in Wotiri in Oredo, and the youth of the place busted there. They allowed the security agency. At the end of the day, they searched the car. They saw a compassion, and I think they already fighting the battle of the will of the people. So please, let's go out and vote and protect our vote. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Adede. First, let me correct something. The APC candidate or the APC candidate by Senator Mondopolo has not been disqualified from the race. He's still in the ballot. Those informations that you saw going around about Akpata stepping down or APC candidate disqualified, they are not true. They are fake news. They are just those people out there trying to cause distractions. So the people are still in the ballot, everything is intact. But there have been disruption somewhere around people picking INEC equipment and others. But things are in control. There is peace. There's not going to be any stress. Please, people, go out and vote. Thank you very much, Mr. Kennedy. Yes, for Josila, you have come back, right?
I'm here.
Yes, please. We don't know what happened to your internet before. Please, could you continue? Remember when you stopped, or you want to start?
My internet was okay. Somebody from the control room probably just shut me off.
Oh, sorry about it. Sorry about it.
You see the institutions we're talking about? Corruption. They are shutting people off.
Exactly. But it's okay.
Yeah, you are shutting people off from the backstage.
Yes, but it's okay. I accept it. It's all right. Thank you for giving us the platform to at least air our views.
Yes.
For me, I don't have much to. There's nothing much we can say now that will change anything. I just want us to remember that posterity is ahead of us. For those who think they have done good, posterity will judge. For those who think they have done bad, because I see that a lot of people probably almost have no conscience anymore. My message to Edo people, Wayala Diawakwe, everybody, Papa, Mama, everybody. I've mobilized my own people, my family, cousins, nephews, neighbors. Everybody go out tomorrow. It is your right. Even though they try to make us feel that the vote will not count, the vote is going to count. And
You're
for
right, it will
the
count.
last speaker just now that spoke, that said what happened in Bayelsa Imo election, my brother Frankumba, DIG Frankumba was also in charge of Imo State election. An Imo State election is the worst election I
Oh
have seen
yes.
in recent times. So when I saw him yesterday, he's one of the finest police officer I know in that country. I know him personally. One of the finest, one of the most brilliant officers I know. But of course, he went to Imo. You should expect that from Imo. Imo, when I say Imo, I don't want to mention name. People know. But in this case, it looks like there are several other interests now in Edo. And I listened to the Edo State Rec chairman today. I listened to him, and the man made it emphatically clear that he's not here for business as usual. He's here to conduct what he was mandated to do. And I'm happy. But guess what? The people now are the thugs. The thugs, we know who they are. We know. I will also not mention names at this point because it will make no difference anymore. But I want everybody to keep their eyes open, and see the ills that these people are doing to us in our state. And then tomorrow we'll look at ourselves in the eyes and say, yes, you have done well or you haven't done well. That is my submission. Thank you very much as we await tomorrow. One question, sir. Are we going to have this room open tomorrow? Are we going to have like a situation room here? Is it possible where we can connect like this while the election is ongoing and
Yes,
in
yes,
real time?
we might have yes, a bit of it. I don't know, but it might affect a lot of people's timing. It's going to be a weekend, Saturday, quite all right. We'll try maybe, let's say,
No,
Nigeria.
those of us in North America, we can, because I was
Some
thinking
people
of
some people will
setting.
have to go to where this night now, so they will not be able to wake up
No,
early.
no, no,
No,
they'll wake up.
but if we
We still
can do
wake
it
up.
6 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock Atlanta
Night.
time.
My brother, no sleeping for anybody, no peace for the wicked, though. We're
No
not going to
peace for
sleep.
the
No, no,
wicked.
I said
Yes.
no
For the
peace for the
nation.
weekend.
It will,
But
it
the
will,
people
it
that are
will
not
make
wicked
sense.
have to
It will
sleep.
make sense. Make this place dey open tomorrow. I beg. Make this place dey
Yes,
open
they say
tomorrow. It will make sense.
no peace for the
No
weekend,
peace
but
for any wicked. We will
but,
all stay up. Make
but
we go club, come. We
DJ
will
weekend
join.
will sleep. I beg. If there was
I
no
bet
peace for the weekend,
DJ Wicked must
I
sleep.
mean,
Oh.
I mean DJ weekend though.
My brother, DJ, I beg. If you not do DJ tonight or tomorrow, what go end, Abi? Tomorrow
no,
in
no.
Edo,
All I'm saying is no sleep for the weekend, but the timing.
DJ
And
Wicked must sleep.
we'll try our best.
tomorrow is the
DJ
most
weekend get gig
important.
this night. I beg.
Guys,
You get gig this
guys,
night.
tomorrow
What I
is the
listen to
most
her.
important day of all the events you have been holding. Tomorrow is the most important. I
Yes,
expect us to be on live, on real time. It's a
yes.
sacrifice we all
We
have to play. You can take some of us. You can take some of us as and make us speakers. You can make like
No, sorry, just like sorry, just sorry.
yeah.
Yes, the show will be on tomorrow live from 8 a.m. in the morning, but my host will join us on his free time, no time difference. I will start it up, he will join me, but we will rest it when we get tired.
Listen,
But
you
I'll
don't
make sure
have
I start it from.
Tony. You don't have to do it yourself. You can take people from. You have a lot of
Yeah,
brothers
it
here.
depends who show up. It depends who show up. If people show up from 8 in the morning, I'll make arrangement for some people to stream live for me on on the feed while the election is going on. But then my host, we had the meeting, we talk about it, we'll go back and forth with the election, but depend on our schedule. have started up in the morning. He will join me. Then if there's people on ground, then they can take it up from there. Otherwise, we'll just run it a little bit and.
What I tell now people when they vote PDP, I life in one.
100% now. 8 a.m. Nigerian time, 8 a.m. Nigerian time. So everybody have their different
yes,
time zones.
8 a.m. Nigerian time.
So that would be
everybody
like
wake up.
That's
3 a.m. my time.
3 a.m. Canadian, etc., like that.
See the way it works. Tony, Junior.
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow should be a special coverage. It's not about me and my host. No, tomorrow is you have to bring your brother. You have to bring people in. You cannot do it all by yourself. Tomorrow is the final day. Let people come in at the time where you need to rest. You have people. You have big guys now. Because I love a situation where we can be reporting if we have the data for the internet. If we can be
Sorry,
reporting
we might
live.
have a joint adventure with one man. I think he came earlier on. One man show. I think he will connect to us to have a double live show. But I will speak with him after this show, so we know how we're gonna connect. So it's gonna be a little bit fun. Don't worry about that, Mr. Joe. We'll do our best.
That's good. Thank you
So
very
just
much.
be prepared. Everybody
I
be
bet
prepared.
what peace. What peace. They share rice yesterday for Ring Road. I don't hear you complain.
About share rice.
I'm busy right now.
They share
I'm
rice for
busy
Ring
right
Road
now.
yesterday now. After they
I'm busy
exposed
right
them.
now.
We don't hear your voice.
Well, that's not the issue right now. Let everybody go out there and vote their
We know that's not the
best
issue, but it
candidate.
was an issue when it was Obaseki.
Guys, Mona, not take Flynn seriously.
Observation, Mr. Moderator.
Flynn,
Observation.
this thing, no.
Mr. Josilas just called my name. You know, the truth about this is election. We were having a discussion about how to hold our leaders accountable. And if a speaker here made a proper submission about the way we have left things and we are picking and choosing, and that's the word. When things suits us, we are very okay. If in 2020 when the election favored and the people were shouting wicked, they come up for road, everybody was praising. You understand? Because it just went the way they wanted. Now the wicked has become the devil because he has decided to work with another advocate. So it is unfortunate that if we continue to pick and choose like that, our children will get to the age of 30 and drive us away because they themselves have a very different way of thinking than us. We that are sitting now, struggling to take side, do this one, do that one. Me, I've said it times without number. I do not understand why a ticket we have such people on the ballot. PDP, I know, have very vibrant, young, bright men. So if they decided to play only politics and provide these candidates for us, I think we should also know that they have not done us well. That's what I believe. So in my own submission,
Flynn,
I have
they
said,
have done us very well
hold on now, hold on.
to
It's not
provide these
just
candidates. Don't mislead us, Flynn.
Josila, let him finish. Let him finish.
This
We
this
observe him
is not
very
a
well.
rowdy. This is not a rowdy place. You understand? I believe we have our time to speak. So, like myself, I've always said this from day one. My stand about some certain things. It might not be interesting to some people. Some people will say, no, why this person? I've always said it. I believe in my generation. I trust the kind of knowledge that we gained when we were growing up. I believe we bridge the gap between the old and the new. We are well equipped to run the country. People might say, okay, young people have entered government, they didn't do well. You cannot have only one person go there and make a change. The more we can put ourselves together and get there and checkmate ourselves, because unfortunately for us, we cannot checkmate our leaders. That's the truth. We cannot call, if you call any of these old 60, 70 years to order, they will tell you are a small child. What do you know? You are insulting them. So I believe it will come to our generation the same way Josilas can call me out. That's the same way I can call any man if he's in government and if he's misbehaving. So I think the right thing to do is to look for a ticket that has a young man in it and let us work with that for the meantime. Even if it's taking us out of wilderness out of Egypt to the wilderness, we will ensure that we are already on the path to the promised land. So the promised land is important for us to get to. Now we know, yes, we are in Egypt. But even if we get to the wilderness,
Josie, let her talk now.
I don't understand.
Gbogbo.
If we leave Egypt and get to the wilderness, we are sure that we are on the pathway to the promised land. Because I remember vividly where the Bible story of the Israelites who left Egypt. In Egypt, they could not manifest. But when they got to the wilderness, they could manifest before they even got to the promised land. So now we have this ticket that have a young man on it. Even if it stands as the wilderness, let it be on record that we have left Egypt. These old men have represented Egypt in our life. And the Bible said the Egyptians we see today, we will see them no more. They must leave and give us our give it to our generation.
Tupo, are you talking about the young man that was into fraud in Canada or what? Age has nothing to do with what we are suffering at home. Stop this age.
My brother, why are we so divisive now?
Do you have proof that it was into fraud? Do you have proof?
Did you convict
So
him in a media court?
you yourself that is talking, Mr. Man, you yourself that is talking. Do you have your own personal first-hand experience that this man was into fraud?
Yes, I have people that were around him. I have some of the checks that
you are talking from a borrowed experience.
Moderator, raise my hand.
You guys stop that, man.
I have some of the fraudulent checks he issued that were not honored, that were bounced back to him. I have the checks. If you need them, I can forward them to you.
My brother, I'm not hear word. You know the
so it has nothing to do with age. Let's not go with this sentiment of age. We are worse.
You know fraud. You know
gentlemen, please, let's not go across.
One house.
Let us be calm with the way we speak to ourselves. We are not fighting ourselves.
Can I say something?
No, please, before you say something, sir. There's a caller that's been waiting. Let him finish. I will get back. Caller, please say your name and where you're calling from and give us your submission. Thank you very much.
Good evening. I greet all of you now.
Good evening.
My name is Jonah. I'm calling from Hamburg, Germany.
Yeah, okay.
My contribution is just that we are observing, like I said before, a lot of us, we are watching upper reporters, worldwide. You ask a question, but the question you ask, I think one of your guys there, you just try to deviate by talking about old age. How old is Tinubu? How old is Tinubu? You ask a question. The question you ask that, how can we hold our leaders responsible for things? Not about age. Not about all these things we are talking about. You have your preferred candidate. Go for it. Let your candidate win, whether it's young or old. All these type of sentiments, some people that don't bring in. Instead of you talking something that is reasonable, we are wise enough to educate everybody, not by bringing sentiment. Everybody have his own preferred candidate. Whether PDP brought old or other people, whatever, that's PDP. Whether APC brought young, vibrant people, that's APC. Whether Labour, whatever, I think the moderator asks a question. I think we have to, stay on that line or that question that the moderator asks. So if anybody doesn't have any question any answer to give, you should not stop all this sentiment. Tomorrow is the election. Let us see what will come out from it. How can we hold our leaders accountable for all the misgiving? Thank you very much. That's my own contribution.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you very much for putting everybody back on track. The question remains: how do we hold our leaders accountable? The funniest part is this: our brothers in the studio.
Mr. Moderator.
Wait. You people, you are a leader. Mr. Leader, no, Mr. Tupo, you are a leader.
Leave me out of his discussion, please.
You are a leader, Mr. Tupo.
Everybody
you blame me the old ones. You are a young man. Look at what is coming out of your mouth.
You should focus on the
Mr. Tupo, it's okay. You are a leader.
Moderator.
Yes,
let's talk before you give your submission.
I don't have a submission. I don't have any submission to give.
Okay, let me because you asked a question.
Are we not leaders? Are you not leaders?
Leaders of where? Who?
You are leaders of your own home. You are leaders of where you are from.
You are leader of your you are not a political.
So
You're a leader.
who
You're a
should act
leader
like
of
own?
TSI.
Act like leaders.
Who
I'm
they
here
talk?
to
Hello, moderator. This is what is going on. You see, any house divided. You know, we seem to be divided even amongst us, even among the few of us just gathered here. We cannot even come into unison or have a common ideology. You know, where you see something, it will be misconstrued. You know, and interpreted. What I feel Flea was talking about is it's simple. The old guard, the same recycled politicians that nobody can really. Somebody say, how old is Tinubu? Tinubu is almost 80, for your information. An 80-year-old man does not function mentally or any. Look at the mess he's making of the country. It's as if because of his old age, he's having amnesia or having Alzheimer's. I don't know what he's having. That he cannot even, he's not even coherent. He doesn't even know. He doesn't even know the plight of the people.
You're doing what the other guy. You guys are accusing the other guy of doing.
Wait. Let me say something. Somebody asked you how old is Tinubu. Listen now. In my taking on this, let's face issues rather than being personal. You know, somebody called the young man say he's a fraudster. My brother, you've heard. Say, has he been convicted by any court of law to say he's a fraudster? You don't catch him for fraud. Do you understand? When you are making as baseless accusations and your opinion will not turn into fact, that's the problem that we're having. That's the problem.
You blaming other people. You are here defending.
Mr.
Mori, now take a easy.
We're
not quarreling here.
We're not quarreling. I'm making a fact. I'm saying that
you are the one quarreling.
I'm not quarreling. I'm saying that you are calling somebody. You are calling somebody
what I know, what I said.
A House of Rep member or somebody that is a deputy.
Mr. Mori,
don't know.
Mr. Mori, let's be calm.
I'm calm. I'm making a
solution. Let's listen to everybody.
You are here as his defense counsel, as if you know what I'm saying is wrong.
I'm not inventing anybody. You cannot make baseless accusations.
You take me up for what I know and what I said on this platform.
What do you know?
Mr. Mori, you cannot tell somebody to say he's acting like what you said is wrong. What you say is what you say. Nobody knows if it's wrong or right. You have not come out with any proof that
it's my word. It's my word. If he needs proof, I can give to him. Not coming up to take me up for what I said as if I was lying.
But even Mr. Agbonta has called the president amnesia.
No, I'm saying that the old guy.
No.
Listen.
No, you said Tinubu is 80 and he has a.
You said how old? I'm saying that we should do away with the old and let's stop the recycling.
Integrity has nothing to do with age. Hey, look at Yaya Bello of Kogi. Is he old?
Forget about Yaya Bello.
Listen. Kogi, Yaya Bello of Kogi State. Is he an old man?
This guy, we don't quarrel. Listen to my point.
Mr. Mori, you're just you're on the edge. Why?
Calm down.
You guys should answer him now.
Calming down.
Is Yaya Bello an old man? Answer yes or no.
He's not an old man. He's a thief. Because of the face system.
A thief is a thief, whether old or young. This is my point.
Okay, my point to you is this. How do we hold people accountable?
Hold on, sir. Has Yaya Bello been convicted by any
crime? He's running from the law.
So why are you saying he's a thief?
He's a criminal. He's running from the law.
So the APC running is a criminal now. What are you talking about?
He's not running from the law. He's not declaring wanted.
Count of public opinion.
He's indicted.
Moderator, remove these people for us. They've been a back. Everywhere, calm down. Remove them put them for backstage. Everywhere, calm down.
Okay, let me finish. Let me conclude. I was talking calmly. I didn't accuse anybody else. What I'm saying is, when we are talking on accountability, right? We are saying hold people accountable. What somebody said is true. You know, if you're among your peers now, we are on this forum. If my able moderator does something, I know it's my peer. I can say, oh, Junior Baze, this thing you are doing, I can write something without him being sentimental or throwing tantrums. He knows that, okay, it's his peers talking to him. In the state we come from, there's this whole thing about elders culture. Oh, you are talking to an older man like this, or all those sentiments. We can no longer be caught in all those sentiments and wait 4 years to flush them out. That's what somebody was saying. Even as this present administration is coming, with forums like this, and we start hammering on real issues, talk on the issues, not on personal sentiment. They all came out with a manifesto and pledges. If for the first 100 days or the first 1 year, we see that they are not doing well, we can start holding their feet to fire. As I say, you made all these promises.
How? I'm asking
Okay, how?
Junior,
Wait,
Wait now, let me finish
can I
now.
observe something? Can
Can
I
I say something before you observe? Let me finish. You
Okay.
observe after. How do you hold somebody accountable? They are soundbite. There are clips where they made these promises. We can go on air. We can write, do an op-ed. You can write stuff and sensitize people. He said he's going to do this. Why is he not doing it? Because all these people do is they wait for the next electoral cycle to come and baboozle us again. But we don't have to wait 4 years to start hitting the nail on the head or telling them about their failed promises. When you do that, people become accountable. But when you choose to wait for every electoral cycle, they keep doing what they do, knowing that I get 4 years to do what I want to do. Say, for instance, I saw most of the candidates. In my first 100 days, I'm going to do X, Y, Z. After 100 days, they don't do it. We hold them accountable. After the first 1 year, all those 7-point agenda that they made, we know that they've not done even half of it. You start asking, okay, what is the problem? What is the bottleneck? Why are these things not being done? Do you understand what I'm saying? So, we have to be united to be able to stand as a strong third force that can ask these questions. There are even organizations in Nigeria that people don't even. For instance, look at the syrup the other day in Ekiti. In Ekiti State, where I saw one case like 2 years ago where they took the state governor to court and all those other things. When you start holding them accountable, it become uneasy for them. Yes, because of the way the constitution is laid out and the way things are in Nigeria, these governors have immunity from prosecution. They have immunity from a whole lot of stuff. So we start looking at the basis of what is allowed within the confines of the law, within the constitutional framework, to start saying let's hold these people accountable. When we know they are incompetent, we start playing a role by ourselves. We start getting involved in the process. We can't just keep sitting on the fence and come here and argue amongst us friends. We could not become heated. Before you know it, we don't get babele for each other. It can't work that
Which is
way.
not good.
You don't understand. So
But what I want to
I'm
observe,
not saying I'm right or you are wrong. But what I'm saying is that we should be logical.
But what I want to observe, what I want to try to observe here is that we are complaining that PDP brought out two old candidates. For any party, wait, no. Listen. I'm not talking to you. But I'm just saying. But we're here complaining about PDP candidates that they're old, but they're old. They're very competent. But APC brought out two candidates that a 70-year-old man is leading their campaign, talking for them, and we're not saying anything about it. A 77-year-old, it's a shame, not 70, 77 years old.
It's a shame.
Leading their campaign, jumping around. The two young people are standing behind.
It's a shame and an insult to all of us.
They have nothing to say. They are empty. They are empty. They are hollow.
So we're here complaining about two men that are in their 60s, but we are okay with two young men standing behind a 70 plus years old man, jumping around, campaigning for them, being their mouthpiece. And they don't have more competent people in APC that could come out to run for that election.
Okay, thank you, Mr. John Bosco. I don't know, Mr. John Bosco. We have a caller. We have a caller.
John Bosco.
Yes, after the caller says give us his submission, please, we have a caller. Caller, please say your name and tell us where you're calling from and give us your submission. Please be brief. Please be brief. We have to be brief.
Yeah, I will be very brief. My name is Mr. Sonia. I'm calling from Italy.
Mr. Sonny from Italy. Thank you.
Concerning that guy, I think that man na APC man when they talk about age and old age and young age. You expect us now to choose competence over age. For example, now there is somebody that is competent. We know that somebody of 60 years or 64 can deliver more than that somebody of 40 years, 30 years. For your own self-interest, you expect us to choose competence, somebody that can deliver, and because of the other one is 40 years old. Sorry to say, in Nigeria, the youngest politicians in Nigeria, they are even worse. They are worse than the old ones in Nigeria. And he brings the story of Egypt. When God, in Exodus chapter 3, when God called Moses to deliver the children of Israel out of Egypt, Moses, it was in his old age. And Aaron, which God sent with Moses, the deputy, but Aaron was even older than Moses. So, Mr. Man, when you want to bring scripture, you want to bring something from the Bible to back up all this your sentiment, try to know what you are saying and get the exact story, what happened in the Bible. Thank you very much, Jordan. So we cannot choose competence. We cannot choose
age over competence.
We choose competence, somebody that can deliver. So for that age, it does not matter. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sonny.
Moderator, can I not answer?
Who? What answer, Mr. Sonny?
I will answer these Italians and the
people want to answer you the way they talk. Time go they go. You know, a lot of plans the way they make you move on. No, you can't answer everybody.
Bro, you cannot say I'm making blunders. If you have a blunder I've made.
Okay, answer. Now you're wasting time. Answer.
One make reporter for what you they talk. We don't come out here for 1 year. Let me tell you the talk.
You cannot say I make blunders. I don't have a case with you. I do not have a case with you. Don't think because
to talk like the waste time. Talk now, but they go 5 to your
point and
you like to respond to things when just respond.
My submission you have not been
able to let you talk now. May respond back. Somebody quote him. He go respond back now. I respond to the Italian. I beg.
The capito.
You know, see, first and foremost, when we judge age and competence, we need to first understand the difference between our age and this age. Now, I can tell you that without insult to anybody's personality or whatever, the age between the deputy candidate of the APC and the deputy candidate of the PDP is actually almost 20-something years. Nigerian democracy as it stands today is that age, from 1999 to today. What you can achieve within 20-something years, my brother, most of these people you are boasting about today achieved it within this democracy. So if you tell me that at my age of 40 or 45, by 65, I will not have the same competence of these people, then you are joking. You are not ready to take power. You are ready to continue to be slave masters to this slave to these masters. Don't tell me about competence of a man who is 70 and the competence of a man who is 40. They can never have the same competence. They grow into competence. And the age between them is enough for you to achieve anything a man at 65 has achieved. That's
the patient said, I beg you.
Don't come here and tell me that a young man.
What if he has age? He has no credibility and integrity. You are missing something here. What if he's young? He has no credibility, he has no capacity, he has no integrity.
What do you know these candidates as at 1999 that you are talking about that you are boasting? Let's leave all those things about it. Everybody that
you are here in your disposition as a politician. You feel you can with everybody.
Don't come out and be speaking over Tupo now. Tupo, sorry. Oga, you can't come out and be speaking over him. He has the floor.
He does that every time. He cannot come here with the mindset of being a politician. What politics do you know? Politician.
Okay, who are you fighting now? Do you want to beat him?
reach
Do
your
you
turn,
want to
you
beat him?
go
Calm
talk.
down. Calm
We don't
down.
have quarrel here. Not be fight
We
to
should
call your
face
turn fight.
reality. We are not ready to face reality. We play the game according to our
It's okay. Take
partisanship.
it
How do
easy.
we go? How do we move on with that?
Moderator,
If you
moderator,
like
my
say they bully
suggestion
us
is
when
that
they young, they do politics.
moderator, hold on, sir. Moderator, my suggestion is that you allow this man to go and face reality elsewhere. Can't come here and be disruptive like this now. Come on.
And Mr.
We're
Mori,
all
please,
adults.
yes, Mr. Mori, please stop picking on anybody. Mr. Tupo has a right to support anybody he wants to support. He has a right to defend anybody he wants to defend. He's a Nigerian and he's free. That is it. Let us not attack people.
And we
Let
want
us
this to
not attack.
change. We keep defending the old order.
No,
We want this to change.
no. We cannot force a man to change. It is a choice that he has made and he sees what we practically don't
We
see.
are joking, man. We are
Moderator,
joking.
we are
We are
spending too much
joking.
time on this. Let him finish now, please.
Let him finish.
Make Tukpo finish, we'll continue.
Tupo don't finish now. Tupo will finish waiting.
As a
I
finisher.
beg, my man never finish. Tugbo has made his submission. Not be say he don't finish.
Exactly now. So we have made the submission and we are understanding it.
He has
Let's
addressed the
move on.
Italians. He has
Moderator,
addressed the
moderator,
Italians.
Move on.
moderator. If I say they bully some people when they play politics when they're young that time, so now they don't pass this aggressiveness to some people. What I think is their beg.
No,
I
but
beg.
we are see whether we like it or
Let
what
me
we
say
see
this.
next,
Let me say, moderator.
moderator,
This is the
next
thing
on
we
the
are
topic.
experiencing. We are experiencing the same training that our elders must always beat us into line, and that is what we are suffering today. I know the man attacking me is definitely senior to me, so he expects that I must listen to him, and maybe because I trying to grandstand, it becomes an issue. But the reality of this thing is, I'm saying is this: I don't have a problem with any of the candidates. But I can clearly state that most of the people we are praising today, all they have achieved is within this democracy from 1990 to today. Because at the 90s, there was nobody with anything to show. Now, if you give a young man an opportunity, don't you think by 65 years he will have the same capacity or the same excellence that you think these people already have? So let us encourage our young people to participate. That's what's important. We will always get all these CVs by the time we are getting to that age. So I don't want to start comparing myself with a man who is already in approaching 70 and I think I should be measuring dick with him. I can't do that. That's not possible.
My brother, it's not personal. Somebody like you now, you turn around and blame somebody like Showore that is even showing some sign of courage. You know, because it does not suit you in another angle. This is my problem. I don't have a personal problem with you, but age does not turn a man that does not have integrity, credibility overnight to be a better leader. That's my point. It has nothing to do with age. If you're a criminal youth, you be a criminal old man. That is my point. I'm not
so you don't believe so you don't believe people can change. You don't believe people can
I don't know
change?
why this discussion is going to change
A
or
leopard cannot change the
the
color of his skin.
candidates we have are all credible. I don't know why we are even having this discussion. Let us get past it.
The issue is supposed to be
Sorry, guys.
accountability. How can we hold them accountable?
My
Somebody
brothers,
is trying to
my brothers,
do
please
drugs
let's
into
take a step
believing
back.
it has to do with
Mr.
age.
My
Bontan.
brothers, let us take a step back. Let's take a step back. When we are discussing these things in age and whatnot, these are all preferences, not what the law says. If Mr. A prefers a younger candidate, that does not mean that Mr. B would also prefer a younger candidate. There is a level playing field for everybody to come in. There is the age that if you attain this age, if you attain this class, you can contest. Your preference might be different from mine. I would prefer a man in his wheelchair. Hello?
Okay.
No, I
No,
said I would
me.
prefer a man in the wheelchair to be governor so that he can cater for people, you know, of the same class or whatever. I would even prefer a lady. So when we start talking about youth, old, female, gender, and all of that, it is preference. And preference is individual. It's your preference. Doesn't mean it is right or wrong. Please, let's not deviate and make a mountain from a molehill, I beg. Those are preference. So let's leave it at that. What you prefer is yours, please, so we can move on. Moderator, please, let's move on.
Yes, thank you very much. But today's topic today does not have major topics apart from us telling our people to go and vote. For us, apart from us deliberating on issues we have deliberated on before. So it's more like an open house discussion for today, because tomorrow is the D-Day. I mean,
So you mean today's bash boss? We can bash boss
and after
anyhow.
that day, I hope people like Mr. Mori. After that day, I hope people like Mr. Mori will still come out to the studio so we can deliberate and continue with with upper reporters. Upper reporters was not created for election. No, it is created or was created to unite us, to unite the Nigerians across board. So please, but the discussion of today is free and fair.
Can I have 2 minutes to talk about the solution? I'm tired of talking about the problem.
Well, guy, if you have a solution for us,
it's good to vote, but then it is also dangerous to keep voting. Every election cycle, we start talking. We're only complaining. It's not going to move us anywhere. The obedience that came out for Obi, because of the result, because of the way the whole thing went, because the whole thing was screwed against them, they are getting tired. You know, if you keep doing what you're doing every time, they say monotony kills interest. So we should not wait for every election cycle to start complaining and start telling our people to go and vote. No. If you vote, you're not getting the necessary result for your effort. It kills interest.
Mr. Murray, hold on a minute. Hold on. Madam, are you there?
I'm here.
Please give me your submission for 10 minutes. Mr. Murray, hold on. We'll round up. I want to hear Madam Aya's voice. The only lady in the studio. Madam, give me your submission. Thank you.
Okay.
The reciprocal mute, I beg. Madam Aya, go ahead.
Somebody is echoing. I know it's not from me, right?
I know. I already told them to mute. Go ahead, madam.
Okay. Well, now we're done. No.
We greet you.
I don't really know what you guys are discussing, but I just came in and I feel you people are talking about tomorrow's election, right?
Yes.
In Edo State.
Yes. Please give us your take. Give us your spreadsheet in the 3 parties, what you feel, and who you think will come first, second, and third drawn up.
No, we just ask you people a question. What if APC win? What will you people do?
Madam, welcome. Thank you. Welcome to the show. We are talking about the general elections coming tomorrow and things that have happened over the time. But the major topic here, I don't know. Are you from Edo State? You may not be, or you may be from. But how can we hold our leaders accountable? It's just a brief one. How can we hold our leaders accountable? Are you there with us, madam?
Well, I don't really understand what you people mean by saying leaders. The last time I checked, Nigerians were being ruled by Nigerians. So I think the right question should be, how can we hold ourselves accountable? Because if we say leaders, it's like we are talking about a special being somewhere who is ruling over us. It's Nigeria come, Nigeria go. So we hold them accountable by doing the right thing. We have always been doing things out of sentiment, more of our feelings than what is on ground. Most of the things, sometimes I came in here, I go through the YouTube, I listen to all of us. And from what I understand, we are talking about from our emotions, not actually from what is on ground. We can't hold them accountable until we start holding ourselves accountable. That's the answer to your question.
Okay, I like that. And I like the way you say, who are the leaders? I want to believe that you be a religious person as well, or probably from a tribe in Nigeria. In those areas, we have our religious leaders. we go to church. Okay, I'm Catholic. We go, I have my Reverend Father. He's my religious leader. In my village, I have my Abba of Benin. He's my traditional leader. In my state, I have my governor. He's my political leader. We all cannot be governors. We can't all be Reverend Fathers, or we can't all be members of the monarch. But that's why I say our leaders. These are the people that are in charge. That's why I asked how, when these people, for instance, when the governor of a state does not do well after 4 years, the first 4 years, and he wants to come back to do another 4 years, what ways do we tell these people, Oga, you are responsible for not doing things, which makes you irresponsible, and we don't want you again? How do we change the narrative that is holding them to doing what they have said they will do? That's what I meant. Thank you.
Okay, maybe you did not understand. Maybe we did not understand the answer I gave. First of all, the question should be, who are we? Because this is the area most Nigerians don't want to talk about. Who are we? What is important to us? How do we feel about issues? What do we want to do about them? Every average Nigerian, when you ask him that question, he doesn't actually have an answer. And the last one, what do we want to do about it? The answer is going to be, I want to leave Nigeria. So, how do we solve a problem when we don't know who we are, what we want, how we are going to go about it, and what the action we want to take concerning it? The last one is to leave. So when you talk about our leaders, how do we hold them accountable? They rule for 4 years and now they're coming back. Who are we? We are people who like solving our problems just for now, not looking into the future. Don't even care about our generation. So how would you hold somebody accountable who is like you, who is ready to give you something to solve his problem now, and you are ready to solve your present problem, and there ends the case? After 2 days, you start screaming again. So we can't hold them accountable because they are us and we are them. It's just the simple truth. In Edo State, I am sure that Obaseki did not do something very good. But when you look at the ground, you will see a total sentiment. Some people will just mumble the whole thing, say a lot of things, and they are ready to vote him again or his party. So I don't understand, but this is who we are. And until we sort out who we are not going anywhere. Let's not just pretend about it. Let's just stop pointing these fingers to this person is this person. Can I give you a typical example? Are you people ready to listen to my example?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay.
Yes, go ahead. We are listening. We are all ears.
Let me give you an example. You see, most times we say the colonial master is because he's me. It's because I am black. It's because I am from so place. It's because it's this. But I want to tell a little story. It is not actually, but you can use it to relate to what is happening in my country. I have a place where we were giving flyers. People were giving flyers, say, this is flyers for rules and regulation and how things are supposed to be done. And I came out. I'm supposed to join a bus to take me to where my car is parked. That's how it works. And I never knew because I did not read the rules and regulation. They gave me the pamphlet. I dumped it on my table. I came out. I never knew that if you come out and you scream, the bus driver sees you, even if it's time for him to move, he has to wait for you to jump in. On this fateful day, I came out and then I screamed, the dog driver moved. Do you know what I did? I suck it up. No complaint, nothing, because I didn't know my right. Just as you say, how are we going to hold them accountable? It starts with you. I didn't know my right. I didn't even care. I was like, this stupid bus driver. And my colleague, who happens to be my same skin color, said it's because of our skin color. That was a lie. Then come another skin color, another day. The same gender. She came out. She screamed. The bus driver zoomed off. Do you know what she did? She took a video of the bus, the time. She clicked the time she came in. She came out, started videoing the bus. Take the bus number, take the bus plate number, take the bus number. She wrote the first petition. Nobody talked to her. She wrote and wrote and wrote until she was given audience, until a meeting was called. The bus driver was actually removed from that road. She got an apology. Then I sat down and asked myself, what about me? And then some people came, is because. And I'm somebody who likes asking questions. I went to the woman and said, what happened? She opened her mail and showed me she sent 18 email complaints. I wouldn't do that anyway. But what am I saying in essence? You go to their country, you see roads. At least 80% of the roads are okay. Why? Because their standard of living has been raised. Our standard of living is not high. That's the first place we are going to work on. If I am driving in a road in Nigeria, in Edo State, and then I see the road bad, I will abuse the government, abuse the governor, curse him, and there ends the story. I will even make cases of how I'm not going to vote him again. But of course, if I know my right, I will know that money has been put for that road. You know that. All the road and streets in Benin City, in Edo State, I can assure you, one time or the other, there have been money budgeted for either the reconstruction or refurbishing or amending that particular road. The question is, where is the money? Who is asking question? Nobody, because that's our standard of living. You drive, instead of you to complain, you better go get yourself a Jeep, a truck, to navigate the bad road, and off you go your way. So back to my former question, and to my first answer, the last time I checked, Nigerians have been ruled by Nigerians. So who are we? What do we want? How do we want it? How are we going to go about getting it? And if we know, what is the next line of action? Exodus? Is that the answer? That's not the answer to the problem. But let me say this. If Edo people don't take care, APC will win tomorrow.
Can I ask a question, man?
Go ahead.
You don't want APC to win?
Okay, let me say this. There is what they call how would I put it? Thank you for a job well done. Let me say it like a Nigerian. APC candidate might be good. The person, I don't know them. I'm just saying, in Edo State. But if APC wins in Edo State, it's like Edo people are patting APC in the shoulder. Now, let me say this. In Nigeria now, things are not really good. All over the world, things are not really good. For those who are outside of Nigeria, you know that. But the difference is that the West and wherever you find yourself have little things here and there that cushion, kind of alleviate the pain of economic hardship in their country. Nigeria as a country don't have that. So whenever things happen in Nigeria, it hits so hard. Nothing to elevate it or to cushion the pain.
Madam, observation, good evening. Please, if PDP wins, will you be happy? Because from what you said, it's like patting on the back. We know what 16 years of PDP in Nigeria was. So I want to...
Fuel was very cheap, 16 years of PDP.
I want to rephrase what
Please,
the moderator said.
please.
Will you be happy? So that we'll understand. So that if you are throwing both parties, they will know we are throwing it, not try to pat one and leave the other.
Okay, let me say this. You asked the question, if PDP wins, if I will be happy. I'm not from Edo State. But who is PDP? I can tell you that I think Edo people should vote individual, not actually the party. But for APC, because of what is happening now, if they win, it's like a plus to them. I think I'm talking about consequences. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say Tinubu is not doing well. All his policies are good. But the implementation, I don't think he's getting the implementation right. I can assure you that. The policies are good policies. You can check it yourself if you are an economist. They are good policies. But I think there is something going wrong in the implementation. But I don't really want them to be like we want it though. It's me. I'm talking about me. As for PDP, I will say that where Nigeria is today, actually is PDP that brought us. But because I don't do the economics of when you were there, it was so price. The actions you took that time might cause the actions today or the result today. So there are a lot of things PDP would have done as a government, as a political party in power, because at the time, the whole Nigeria was PDP. They didn't even have a reason not to function. There are a lot of things they would have done then that they didn't do. And they moved to where we are today. I can assure you. That's why I always tell anybody who cares to hear. If I have forgiveness to give in my life to people who ruled Nigeria, I will never give forgiveness to Goodluck Jonathan.
Okay, madam.
Yes.
Please, when let us try with the question came. But you were saying something about party and individuals. Please, I want you to buttress that on the part where you said individuals, people should vote individuals and not party. Is this on the general basis? Is it on your ideology, or is it because of the candidates and the parties you see we have in the country or in Edo State? I'd like to ask that question.
Number one, whatever I say here, I own it.
Yes,
Those
it's okay.
are my words.
Yes,
okay?
Understandable. Yes, understandable.
Yes. So whatever I say here, I own it. That's the way I speak.
It's okay, I understand.
And if you call me next tomorrow, call me in 20 years, I will still repeat what I have said.
Yes, okay.
Okay, that's settled. Now, when I mean vote individuals, I don't know how to explain it, but let me say this. Can we start voting people who are not part of this problem? Is there any way we can do that? I know some parties.
Yes.
I know some parties. Look, I am not a fan of APC, neither am I a fan of PDP, neither am I a fan of Labour. So I speak me. Okay? So is there any way we can start voting. That's actually the problem. The problem I have with people who were supporting P2B. There were some comments they made that pissed me off, saying he's a new breed, he's a young man. That's a no to me.
Some people have accused you here of being unobedient.
Yeah.
Let me spill the beans. Some people
Now,
have said you. Yeah, some people have called you unobedient today.
me?
No,
Of
but
all
let's
people,
just going forward. Let's go forward, madam. It's okay.
that person doesn't know me. Maybe he has not had me speak before to call me an obedient. That's the worst name I will ever answer. And that's the last woman I can ever support. I can never support P2B to be the president of Nigeria. Let me say it now in your platform. Never. Even if he's a crippled that is ruling Nigeria and is pulling everywhere, if it is B2B that will take over him, I will not support him. Hey, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. If he wins without my vote, I'm okay with that. As long as he's not winning with my support or my vote, I'm cool. So don't get me wrong. I'm not a soothsayer and I'm the prophetess, but I said I will never support him to be the president of Nigeria. I have my reasons. But if anybody is calling me obedient, I don't care. They usually call me all manner of names when I speak, so it's nothing new to me. So let me continue with what I'm saying, my dear. I know that when election starts, people do money. They do all manner of things. Can we do more of voting people who are not part of our problems? Is that making any sense to anybody? Just get one guy, an independent, let him run for the election and let's vote for him. Let him win. I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about in
story
vision.
That's the story for another century.
Madam, are you there?
I'm here.
Can I just add something?
Yes, madam, are you there?
I'm here. I'm hearing you guys.
Okay.
Can I just add something?
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Okay.
Who, me?
Yes, you want to add something? Please go ahead.
Yes, I'd like to say something. Hello, everyone. Madam, I think you have said well, but you talked about taking the bus and writing a petition, but that's in a system that works, and I also think that you have to be within a certain type of comfort or standard of living to write a petition. Growing up, we know a couple of civil servants or academicians who they will mock them and say, oh, that one is always writing a petition. So we know that Nigerians do know how to write petitions. And also, our laws are not upheld in Nigeria. We do have a constitution and it doesn't work. But the thing is that hunger is a factor. Nigerians are tired of being martyrs. It doesn't work if you give your life up, if you die. People are hungry. And when a man is hungry, he's angry, he's desperate. And when he is desperate, he's capable of anything. For a quick fix, he will do anything. He will sell his vote, his birthright for a loaf of bread, And of course, when you also look at the situation we have now in Nigeria, it is also a cause of foreign interference. That's why among so much resources that we have, we don't have light, we don't have basics, we don't have education, we don't have security, So who are the ones that to be held accountable? It is our leaders. You can't hold the common man that's desperate for bread. Instead, you will hold the man that's with the Ghana must go, because he's the one that has access to these resources. So when you keep the people hungry, right? They have no power, and they're hungry. They are not mentally equipped to survive our bad leaders. And when they say give them enough just so they can stay alive and fight each other. When you're hungry, you're fighting your neighbors. You're not thinking about. That's why when there's a crisis, instead of going to loot the big people, they are looting the small woman selling drinks down the road. So I agree with what you say, but I think you have to be equipped to a certain level. To people can't even get a good night rest. When you work and you go home, you just want to sleep, but there's no NEPA. And people who live in bungalows, you can't open your window because thieves will come. So just tell me, when you can't get a good night rest, you can't get good food, there's no security, there's no income, there's nothing. So how do you cope? How do you care about the future? There's no future. Forget about your future. Think
Can
about.
I respond?
Can I finish?
Okay.
So all we need to do, I agree with when you said vote individually. Yes, APC, PDP, cut from the same cloth. Obi came like a lamb, but I think people, I was once an obedient. I'm a Benin girl, but I was an obedient because I thought, a younger man change has come. But as things began to unfold, I'm like, maybe we dodged a bullet, So I do think that if we vote individually, that would help. Vote and with ideology, vote young people, enough of the old people, enough of that recycling, maybe fresh ideas and stuff like that. I do agree with what you said, but I'm just thinking that the people are unequipped, they are hungry, they are desperate. When you die, you go. Nobody wants to be a martyr. Nigeria, there are no martyrs. And if you go, you lose. You die for nothing, according to Fela. So that's my take. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your call. Thank you very much for your submission. Madam, yes, madam, can you respond to what she has said?
Okay. Ma'am, can I respond to you?
Yes, proceed. Proceed, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Proceed.
Okay, thank you. So all you said, I have three things three takeaways from all you said. You said the first is hunger, and say our leaders, and the last one you say foreign interference. These are the three things I take away from all you said. First of all, let me address the first one. You say hunger. You say it's because people are hungry. When they are hungry, anything goes. Like they have to sustain themselves. So when they are given anything, they seem to dance to the tune of the person that is giving them something. Am I right? They cannot really fight. Like you are saying, meekness is not with the poor. That kind of a thing. They're humbled because they are hungry. But let me say this. If you look at the history of the world and the revolution and the people who fought to get something done, putting their feet down to make sure that something changed in the government as at that time in their country or in their country in general, are actually those people that were hungry. Because why? They don't want to continue in hunger. That's why I said the first thing. I said, who are we as a Nigerian? And I made a comment, people who has a quick fix for something. That's who we are. The man you call people in government want a quick fix for your problem. And the quick fix is to give you something at that moment for you to re-vote him, because it's re-voting. We've been recycling our politicians for almost 25 years now. We've been recycling them. And as we continue to recycle them, we're not going to get anything. That's it. If any of them you vote is going to come with a conglomeration of his gangsters. That's just the truth. But let me leave that aside. Let me continue with what I'm saying. So who are we? Quick fix people. So when you're hungry, somebody gives you, I remember when they did the PDP primaries in 2023 or late 2022, some people bought a car. I heard that the people were being paid in foreign currencies. So some people even bought a car with the tip they got from ordinary primary convention. I am dead sure that those people today, they do not have that money any longer. And probably they may not be able to maintain those cars they bought with that money. What do I call it? A quick fix. You want a quick fix, you get a quick fix. Whether you're hungry or you're not hungry. The important thing is that what do you want? Who are you? Check it now. If what you want is just a food on your table for now, fine, you're gonna get it. And if you want a food for you and for your generation, I can assure you, with an empty stomach, you can still get it. But if you don't believe me, let us as Nigerians give it a trial. That's where I stand my own, because we cannot be saying something is not gonna work that we have not given a trial. We have to try it first and see whether it will work. Then the second thing you said is our administrators. Who are they? Few handful of people. Very few handful of people. If you look at things that we have done in the world, even the things that we have done in Nigeria, the masses overrun them to get those things done. So they do not have power over Nigerians. But if any Nigeria believe that people they put in position, a handful of people that is not up to 10 million, has power over 200 million people. If you believe that, that's okay. I'm not going to argue you. That's your belief. But let me say,
Madam, you're talking, Madam, I'm going to just quickly say this thing, right? Well, you talked about it, all these countries, foreign countries that are now stable, what they did to find change, various types of violence, genocide, and in modern days, the judicial system. Our judicial system doesn't work. So unless you're talking about 10 million versus the how many million of people, are you suggesting an uprising, violence? Is that what you want? Take you to the Rawlings did to Ghana?
Okay.
This is 2024.
Okay.
It cannot happen. We cannot incite.
Can I respond to you?
Either we go to the polling vote or we go to the law. Those are the only two options that we have. And we are not equipped for that. You need to be mentally ready to face the system. It is a structural issue that has been deeply rooted and supported by foreign interference. So when I say that people are hungry, I'm talking about a loaf of bread. You are bringing a case of somebody's car. You have to be in a certain level to be exposed to somebody giving somebody a car, whether they're able to maintain it or not. I'm talking about food, grain, eba, yam. People don't have those. People don't have those, madam. I'm talking grassroots here. I don't know if we're on the same page, but I'm talking grassroots. People are hungry. So if they're hungry, they're taking one Malta Guinness for their votes. Will I take Malta Guinness? If you want to buy my vote, you give me contract. So that's high level. But there are people who are taking bread. There are people that they pay 10,000 naira a month in Nigeria, and at the end of the month, they can't even get their salaries. And you're talking about not to vote for whoever comes first? I rest my case. Thank you.
Please, good evening. Please, can I give a quick summation?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead with your submission. Yes, go ahead with your submission. Let's go ahead with your submission.
My name is Osawari Nori, and I'm in Nigeria. I'm in Edo State for some weeks now. The current report of the state is calm. I can assure you that the state is calm. There's no history. There's no any report of violence so far. Although there is some heavy armed policemen and army all over the state that go around. And but everybody is hopeful that tomorrow will be peaceful and successful. There's no any reports of fighting or breaking law and order. I just came in not quite long because we're trying to mobilize my people to the community so that they could vote tomorrow. People are still on a groovy mode. Some people were sighted in bars and nightclub. People are going about their business. So the summary is it's not as we get it in the media. When I was in the UK some weeks ago, I was afraid of coming to Benin, by the way, because the election fever heightened the insecurity according to media reports. But that's not the issue on ground, I can assure you. It's peaceful, nobody's fighting, nobody's quarreling, only online banter that we still get. However, the state is calm. And we're looking forward to a more peaceful election tomorrow. The only thing that I can say that there are many arrests which was made by police. It's not for anything. I cannot comment on it on political basis, but police are doing their job. That's what I can say. So we allow them to do their job and investigate whatever they want to investigate according to the rule of law. Some release have also been made. Those they arrested, some they've released many of them, and they are all back to the constituency where they will vote tomorrow. And for those, there are some protests here and there, little protests, I think, led by Negbeneki to try and say police should stop harassing because it seems the arrest was calculated against the PDP faithful. However, there's a level of peace and police are going about their duty as prescribed by the law. They are not harassing anybody. I saw many of them today on a strategic location, and the state is peaceful, as we say. My people are currently in Orioma, and some of my PDP loyalists, they are in their own various wards where they will cast their vote tomorrow, closer to the polling units. For now, that's the report on those states and the election.
Thank you
The
very much.
fever will go down.
Yeah, moderator, does he know anything about those that invaded the INEC office to cut away sensitive materials that were arrested at somewhere Ward 3 in Oredo? You have any information as per that? You were arrested with arms. They drove in a Sienna bus.
That is for that's why I summarize that there are some things I cannot say because of the election, but police are going about their lawful duty. I'm not mandated by law to speak on things that police have seen.
Observation, the panelists, you don't need to speak because first and foremost, election materials, sensitive materials are deposited at the CBN. So it's not what people will just share any video and say they carted away election materials. And election materials are usually shared in the night. So it arrives at the venue of the polling unit in the morning. So let us not come and
but what did the INEC rec said yesterday that some materials have been sent to INEC has sent some materials.
Yes,
materials that are sent to INEC are those cubicles, buckets, those things that the logistics.
So is that what police escorted yesterday? So police escorted cubicles and
Please, see, excuse me, guys. Mr. Osawaru is going to be our man on ground. Mr. Osawaru is going to be our man on ground. He's going to be with 20 hours. So let him give us what things on ground, please. But Mr. Osawaru, please give us more reports.
According to one report,
like what Mr. Osawaru said,
local government
sensitive materials. When you get to your polling unit, they must show you your ballot papers that are blank and unstamped. These materials are deposited at CBN.
He's not in any INEC office. Let us be understanding these things.
Every the Hitler doesn't have CBA. They have started moving the depending on the distance. Must you argue everything? Those that are in the hinterland, like the water area, water that needs the boats and everything, they have started moving them already. If they move them at night, they won't be able to get there in the morning.
Moderator, move on. If they move them in the morning, they don't move materials in the morning on Friday morning. It is moved in the morning on Friday. Let's not lie to ourselves. Now we're educated people now. Because of election.
Far away, like a donut. Local government are far away like a donut. We receive their material today gathered by army officials, and they have been on their way since morning. Let me say so. Closer to where they would be dispatched tomorrow. You are not going to move from CBN to going to Aushi to be going to Zarwe down. They have been on their way. And
God bless you, my brother. Never see you in position like this.
That's the report. Then the local government are close to CBN. The local government are closer to CBN, like Oredo, the rest. We dispatch their material first thing tomorrow morning. Do you understand? The local
Thank you, my brother. You have said it. People will take money to everything. They don't care.
You see, please, you know, you are one of the people that we are going to entrust that is on ground to give us first-hand information. So we'll be with you. We'll be with you as early as you wake, probably by 8 o'clock in the morning. That is when upper reporters will start their live session. So get ready. Get ready. We will be with you. We'll communicate afterwards, though. We'll be with you so we can get more live reports. You will be one of the people that we are going to get more live reports on from the Edo State. Is that okay?
That's no problem. I'm already aware and I'm ready.
Okay, thank you very much for your submission. Mr. Vuvuzela, you have your hands up. You said
Mr. Moderator, you put me on hold. I was talking before the lady came in, so you have to put me on hold. I'll be the hold.
Okay, Mr. Mori.
Yeah, I was trying to learn my point because I didn't want to interject because they are special. You treated them like a special guest. They wanted to make contribution.
No, you get it right. It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
No, you caused it. The woman was done. She summarized. She was very brief and straight to the point. You started probing her since she's our special guest. So I kept mute because I didn't want to interject her because you treated her like our special guest. If you want to hear from her, we should have given her a special day to come. So I didn't want to dwell on the problems too much. I want to dwell on the solution. This idea of preparing for every 4 years is not going to take us anywhere. So most of the protests we're embarking on too must not be when an election is rigged, we start making noise like me. It's like putting the cart before the horse. It doesn't move that way. After the election, we have to the greatest protest we can embark on is to embark on the protest that will make us to strengthen our institutions. So that without strong institutions, we cannot go anywhere. People cannot continue to vote at the end of the day. They don't have the desired result for it. And again, today I was saying this a bit controversial. The same people that will tell you debate does not matter because it's their candidate that cannot debate, they cannot face the people, they cannot engage in meaningful conversation with the people. They want accountability at the end of the day. At the end of the day, they want age. The same age people they are trying to defend, the young people, cannot even engage adult people on what they want to do. So how do you make people accountable that people that do not promise you anything? Why will you hold them accountable for what they didn't promise you? So I'm becoming confused here because of our hypocrisy. And the same people defending age today, they have the likes of Showore that is showing some semblance of courage. They may not be good leaders, so at least they can change the narrative. They can act as a catalyst in the reaction to change the old school. Now, they will tell you people like Shogure, they have no experience. I don't get it. Well, what do we really need? Do we know? Do we really know what we want? There's a saying that if you fail to plan, you already plan to fail. If you don't know where you are going, you might end up anywhere. Thank you, my brother. Our hypocrisy is too much, and our sentiment should be dealt with. That was the answer the lady gave you at the beginning, and she summarized everything. We are sentimental, we are hypocritical. We are not ready to move forward. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Mori. Okay. Before we have still Mr. Vuvuzela, you are here. Do you please give us your solution?
All right. Good evening, everybody. Sorry for coming late. I would like to say that these Edo states. Well, let me go back a little bit from the presidential election from last year to this year. These are very dangerous times. What has been said, election season, from so-called younger generation, it's making me feel that there is no hope for this country anymore. From all parties, APC, PDP, Labour Party, everybody is trying very, very hard to backstab, lie, criticize. At the end of the day, we miss the points. Nobody is talking about issues anymore. Everybody is talking about all what somebody else did wrong. It's election season. There are people on the ballot. We are hearing about a governor that is on his way out. We are hearing more about a senator that is not even on the ballot. We are hearing about, people not wanting to come for the debate. If we ask anybody here now on this platform to speak top of their head, please, what is the ideology of all the candidates? Nobody knows. But if we ask a simple question now, what has Obaseki done wrong? You will see people pouring it out. What has Aswe done wrong, or Shomole, or whoever? They will pour everything out. At the end of the day, we are missing the issues. Things are very, very bad. I think everybody has agreed on that. What is the policies that anybody, even all the candidates, are saying, okay, this is how we'll get to the next level? Nobody knows anymore, because we are focused on the sensation of election. It's like what you call it, Telemundo. They've sensationalized everything. Everything is now like a movie. We are still talking about how they will steal ballot box, or how this or that. At the end of the day, when there's a lady that spoke and talked about people are poor, people are this, that's why the richest black man, Dan Kute, came out to complain. He's a rich man. He's complaining about Nigeria. So if everybody is complaining, what is the solution? I don't think us as a people, we have gotten to the point where we can sit down and say, this is the solution to our problem, because we are all part of the problem. Talk about corruption. Everybody, okay, let me not throw it out there. I think a lot of Nigerians have had a hand in corruption one way or the other. From the gunje you give at the airport when you want to be checked in first, or when you go to the bank, you want to drop the queue, or when you go and queue for 4, you want to beat the line, or whatever. It's sad to say it's in our nature. The only reason why we don't carry these things outside the country, which some of us do, some Nigerians do, is that we are afraid to get caught and get into trouble. But coming back to this election, Edo State election has been mirrored national, it's even international. Now people are fighting online like it's a civil war. Coming down to this election, we have seen everybody's hand as much as they may showed us. It's not for me to point out to say who is the best candidate or who is not the best candidate. But at the end of the day, I think that if we don't get it right, this time around, I don't think there's hope for any state in Nigeria, in my opinion, because the things we are hearing, election season, instead of us to be hearing, okay, what people want to actually do, we are hearing name calling, everybody. I mean, it's so polarized that you don't even know. You watch Arise TV, it's like a movie thing now. People come on there and just blab and say rubbish. You go online, it's the same thing. All sort of, today there was some communication that Olumide Akpata has stepped down, fake news, people posting all sorts of rubbish, all sorts of lies. Come on. I think we're a reflection of the government that we actually get. No leader, when they say our leaders are bad, no, Nigerians are bad. That is the bottom line. It's not, nobody was born a leader from birth. He was an ordinary citizen that just happened to be in government. And leaders are not, you can't rule the country without citizens. He has assistants, he has people. So everybody involved, because the people online fighting, some of the candidates don't even know these people, but they are fighting themselves like they are the personal assistant to the candidate. So tomorrow, hopefully, people can vote their conscience and 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 vote for somebody that they truly believe, that not among party lines or whatever. Vote for somebody that they truly believe can take the state to the next level. But I won't say that I am. Let me say I'm optimistic. I don't even know, but I just don't see, whatever the case, whoever wins this Edo State election, I already think the person has paid. The price to get into government is too high. That's why when you get there, sometimes they can't even see beyond their own nose. All the candidates, to me, they have done too much negative stuff to even get into power. So by the time they get there, we are already going downhill. Let me just put it like that. Anyway, thank you. That is my submission.
Thank you very much, Mr. Vuvuzela. Yes, the next hand we have up is Mr. Sazu Agbonta. Sazu Agbonta, I don't know, at some point you had your hands raised. What is your submission? What do you have?
No, like, pretty much, the two last speakers, Sele and the lady, they pretty much just said it. Nigeria, it's more of issue based, but we are so focused on individualism and sensationalizing the candidate, like Sele mentioned. Because the truth of the matter is the cost of getting into power, and even the constitution as it is now doesn't even allow for accountability. There's no need for transparency, because, like, we're more focused on past administration or past office holders, rather than these candidates, or asking the point questions to the actual candidates in this party. Even among this forum now, if you ask us what is who is stronger on the economy in these three candidates, who is better on security, who is better on welfare or education or health, we cannot really point any fingers, because we've not even done a critical analysis of their policies. We're more interested in the individual or the party, or how they are close to us, or how they are affiliated to us one way or the other. Even the issue of talking about young, old, it's becomes lost in translation, because the actual questions we're not asking. And I like the way the lady put it. Nigerians are run by Nigerians. So when we say leaders, are leaders supposed to be like an echelon up, or are they supposed to be public servants? Like they are everywhere else in the world. Because somebody is your leader doesn't mean is a dictator or is a king over you. No, you choose to go into public office, so you're a public servant, basically. But they will turn them to demigods and idolize them so much that when they get there, circumference is on 1,000. We lose sight of asking the real question. Like she mentioned, there is no road anywhere in Edo State that has not at one point or the other be allocated financial budgetary allocation for those roads. No, not one. But are we asking the right question? What happened to all those projects? You know, we should focus more on issues and policies rather than on individual or party, or because I see the focus is too much on party affiliation. All I need to do is go and throw money or spend money in my party, and once I get the ticket, it's a pretty much a walk in the park for me. If my party is the party of the day or is popular, then I'll definitely win without me even focusing on what I'm hoping or going to achieve while I'm in office or what my agendas are. We've thrown all that into the wind. So moving forward, because the election is tomorrow, so us we can't be beating a dead horse. What we should be focused now is what are the agendas of this said candidate, if one of them eventually emerge. How, like I mentioned before in my submission, how the best way to hold them accountable is to follow the data and the facts and deal with them based on the facts and happenings. We can actually bring a state budget and debate about it. We have experts in in financial matters. We have people in the educational profession. We have people in the healthcare profession, even in the legal profession, where we can critically, take policies or take issues and talk about those issues and tackle it head on, rather than us arguing amongst ourselves, like a journey to nowhere, trying to impugn on personal character. That is not what you should be focused on. You should be focused on issues and policies, and factual stuff. So, after the election is said and done, we cannot start the work of the day, by making our own quota, by contribution, especially those of us in the diaspora. We should start asking the hard questions, because we see these candidates come every electoral cycle. They come and transverse the different countries and states in America and make all these promises, and I've seen it countless times. Make all these promises and pledges, but when they eventually win, they keep quiet for another 4 years. When the cycle is near again, they'll come out and start transversing again. So have we not had enough of all that? They should stay home and do what is right. Don't come here and canvass for us. We have family and relatives that can give us updates, and we see things. We're in a digital age. If you are doing well, we'll see it from afar. The diasporans don't even vote for you to be coming here to canvass, except you are trying to make an investment drive or encourage direct investment back home. That's what they should be doing, not come here during the election cycle, because we don't vote. We don't vote. We are not on we don't even have voting rights, also being in the diaspora. So why spend all that money to come here and canvass for vote that you won't get? So that's my take.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bontai. We have Egbe in the house. Mr. Egbe, you are coming late, but I know you are on ground, so I would want to get updates from you. Egbe, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Good evening.
Yes, I know you're on ground. So, what are the updates? I don't have to talk. We don't have to talk about deliberate about topic. Just tell me updates on ground. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Give us update.
I got to town on Monday.
Yeah.
So getting to Benin from Port Harcourt, it wasn't easy. The roads are really bad. Mostly the federal roads. Let me put it like that. To be on the safer side, the roads are really bad. If I tell you they are really bad, they are really bad.
How many hours did it take?
It took me over 8 hours.
From Rivers to Edo.
Yes.
Port Harcourt to Benin to be precise.
Yes, mostly that Ologbo Axis and somewhere around the Bayelsa Axis too, between River State and Bayelsa. There are two bad spots there. Then another place was Wari. They are constructing a flyover. Yeah. In PTI Junction and the DSC roundabout. So there was serious hold up.
Okay.
Yeah. So aside that, so let me give you the latest update. Like today, I've been around town because I'm an election observer. So We monitor the distribution of non-sensitive materials and all that. So for now, things are going on well, but the situation on ground, the body language of these politicians is not really telling well. Like, can tell you the money they are claiming we don't have right now. A lot of money is going around town. I have the information on ground. Like, I'm not telling you, like I heard from somebody. They had meetings from my family house. I went there this evening in Ogbe. They are sharing money. The two major political parties, the big parties, they are sharing money. I can tell you this evening. I saw them. I'm not joking. My cousins
No,
are
I
there.
believe you. I believe you. That's why I said. I know that. I know you are on ground. You're on ground, so that's
I
why I
felt
believe.
very bad when I saw that this evening. They are sharing money. Different locations in Benin. Ask anybody in Benin today. There's a party man. They will tell you that parties are sharing money. Right now,
Yes,
so I'm telling you.
it's evident. That's what the party policies are.
And this will come and tell you stories, tell you about manifestos and all that. So I felt very bad in this century. These things are still going on like this. Like, people are fighting for money this evening. People are having issues. Party members, mostly at the unit level. I can
Do
tell you
you
now.
know? Can I comment on the statement you make, if you people don't mind?
No, yes, man, you will come in, but let him just give us a brief update. Madam, you are next, please. Just let him give us a total brief. What else did you observe? What about the security wise? What do you
Yes,
think
I've been
about
seeing it. Like, most the INEC offices, like the one in Boba Hill, close to that the court there. We have
Yes.
security there. Then the one at the Kaiwa Slope too. There's enough security men there. Then around town too, because I stayed mostly around that area as it's, so there have been serious patrols and all that, different forms of securities, police, and mostly civil defense. I've been seeing them around heavy trucks. Like this evening, they were doing show of force along the airport road.
Show of
I
force?
saw
What is it?
APC,
Okay.
these armored personnel carriers and all that.
Okay.
Yeah, so I saw a lot of them around. And the airport, Benin Airport, has been very busy since morning. We've seen different private jets. So many governors from different political parties there in Benin today. I can tell you that. So a lot of activities are just going on in Edo State today.
Okay. Please don't go anywhere. Just remain. I'll still come back to you. I want Madam Miss AI. Please, you wanted to give a submission on his statement. You can come in. Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just
No, it's
based on
okay.
what he said about sharing money. I wanted to comment then. I wanted to just say that when something is very important to you, you're gonna do anything you got to do to get it right, even when the odds are not in your favor. I don't know if you guys have heard this phrase. It's a popular phrase. Actually, whatever is happening in Nigeria, I don't think it's important to Nigerians. I must say, whether it's hunger, whether it's maladministration, whether it's abuse, whether it's insecurity, whatever it is not important to Nigerians yet. I promise you, when it is important to them, I know humans, they will do whatever it takes. I was discussing with one lady before others came in. I answered her 2 questions. The second one I was answering, the takeaway from her submission. The second thing she said is about our government. And when I responded, she said, am I saying they should go to violence, they will kill, blah, 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 blah. There are several ways of making your case without even losing a drop of blood, let alone a human. I will give you an example of what happened in Zambia if I have time. But I believe that there will be a time in platforms like this, we should come to this platform, bring ourselves to this platform as Nigerians and talk about who we are and what do we actually want. Because I'm sure we don't really know who we are, let alone knowing what we want. Just as somebody said, if Nigeria can get their ass sorted out, Africa will be a better place. Africa is the way it is today because Nigeria has not got it right. If we do, every other place will fall in line. But the important question is, who are we? Our government is not bigger than us. Actually, our government is us. Our government is us. When I never see where you want to give somebody money, they go beat you, join. It happens. You never see where you will give somebody money and the person will still go and do what he wants to do. It happens. But how many Nigerians have come to that level where they can do it?
In the last election, in the last Edo elections, if I remember very well, in the last Edo elections, it was even the I think some politicians that said, when they give you money, accept the money, collect the money, share the money, it's your money. But at the end of the day, vote.
Are you a grassroots mobilizer?
Vote. No, I'm not a grassroots.
There are two things that play in elections in Nigeria: emotions, sentiments, and money. These are the three things that do. People collect money. They don't want to vote the person that gave them money. The person that voting, is it the right person? Are they voting the person by sentiment or their emotions? Either way, you're not getting it right.
Good.
Okay?
But you might see me voting the right person and getting money from the wrong person. So whenever you are offered money, because it is the money, if those monies were their salaries, they will not offer it. Those monies belong to Nigerians. So when you are offered, collect the money and go and vote like you were not given money. Go and choose, make your choice. But when you are offered money, it is free money. It is advised.
Okay.
Always collect the money. Because the person
you not answer the question. The issue is for us to get it right, not how we voted, not what we did to vote. The issue is to get it right. And I said something. If you have two candidates, two of them are bad, or let me say you have three candidates that are bad, and two gave you money, and because you have emotions and sentiment on the third person who is still no good, you say you will collect money from the two people and still vote the no good. Did we get it right? The answer is no. We didn't still get it right.
Yeah. Now, let me explain it again, madam. There are 17 people on the ballot, 17. Because we are trying to, everybody here is trying to talk about PDP, APC, and Labour. Yes, because these people have the finances and they have the extra. There are 17 people on the ballot, 17 on the ballot. There's no way in 17 people you cannot have a choice. That is it. Everybody, I think there's a pastor in the group. If you say you're a Christian, you want to be sentimental towards religion, fine. If you say you're a lawyer, they are lawyers. If you say you're a lady, there's a lady. If you say there's a politician, good. But it's according to your beliefs, and everybody has a right to vote who they want to vote, regardless. Let's not say because Tinubu is APC or Obasanjo is PDP or whoever. It is a civic right to vote. Everybody should vote. We have to continue to vote until we get it right. We cannot say PDP, this, that.
You can never get it right when all you have is recycled politicians.
Not in 17 of them.
And their children.
Not in 17. Not in 17 of them. Not all 17 are. Not all 17 are recycled.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Who do you think
Moderator, can I chip in? What she's saying is, what she's saying, what I'm hearing is more of the policy and institution that she's talking about.
You're not saying about policy or institution, my brother. Let us just be.
No, you said no. If you don't change, recycling is we keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result.
No, that's not recycling.
What is recycling? You are
Recycling.
bringing the same people back.
Moderator.
Yes, what do you want to say, Mr. Mori?
Moderator, to be honest with us,
Can we leave politics and be honest for once? Yeah.
Yes.
To be honest with ourselves, she's making a very valid point. She made the point where the other lady challenge. I'm not seeing her name. Where the other lady challenge her, are you calling for bloodshed or something? Honestly, we might be running away from the truth, and the truth will befall us. It's staring at us very soon. We'll get to where we don't want to get to. It's not about whether we want to get there or not. With the current situation of ground, with the current institutions, no amount of voting, I repeat, no amount of electioneering can lead us to where we want to get to. Because the system has been hijacked by few people.
My brother,
you go to places, in the courts they are there. In INEC, they have infiltrated everywhere.
Exactly.
So one thing cannot take us to where we want to go. We are just kidding. We are joking with that. We are wasting our time.
We are not saying you shouldn't vote, but guess what? What she's saying is true.
No,
we will vote again. We'll be back here in another 4 years.
It becomes monotonous.
So what are you people suggesting? If you're not,
what is the outcome? What should we do now?
Let's pick one after the other so that we can hear ourselves.
Can I tell you the solution?
Just in 1 minute. In 1 minute, please.
Can you let me tell you the solution? Can you let me just give you the solution, please?
Go on.
Yes, what is the solution?
Okay. What the other panelists was saying is that we cannot keep doing something over and over. Same thing, same way. You're expecting different results. Now, Obi has failed it the last time. Whether real or by assumption that the results were not the true position of things. We have gone beyond that level now. We're preparing for another election 2027 with the same INEC, with the same people in charge. It doesn't work that way. It's foolhardy. It doesn't make any sense. We continue to get the same results. So what we need, the greatest protest we need now is to occupy National Assembly, occupy INEC, to change institutional reform. We need institutional reform if we must make a difference.
That one is not
no amount of election, no amount of campaign can lead us from where we are right now. The system has been adjusted.
What do you mean by occupy?
No, please.
What do you mean by occupy?
No, please.
Madam,
please wait. We are giving out your submission, Mr. Mori. Fine, let another person give us his submission.
Let's say something.
1 minute. No, we are going to. Who is this, please?
Vuvuzela.
Who? Vuvuzela. Okay, 1 minute. 1 minute.
Please, 1 minute. See, I like how we when we want to kill ourselves, say we are going to occupy this, occupy that. We are Nigerians. We are a special breed of people. We don't do things like that. Obi came as a savior, supposedly our savior. Now we just found out that he was surrounded by vultures in Labour Party. It's a Nigerian problem. We can talk about constitution, occupy this, that. Those things need to be executed by Nigerians, not by other people. Now, whoever you send there, or whoever, okay, let me use this as a good example. Some people that were in NSAS, they are in APC governments now. That is the way this country works. It's not about our leaders, it's about us. And that is the bottom line. We can sit here and sound intelligent and say all the things that we want to say. At the end of the day, when you walk on the streets, you go to regular places, not government institutions. Now, I'm talking about private businesses. Corruption is everywhere until you stop that.
So we don't have a solution.
Of course, nobody can tell you of a solution.
You know, the solution is not by.
Can I come?
Wait.
Nobody is going to. There is not going to be a revolution. Yes. Let's leave that thing out of our mind. If there was going to be one, it should have happened a long time ago. It's not going to happen because nobody's going to lead it, and the government is going to crush it. Simple and plain.
So you say no solution. The next one. No. Thank you, Mr. Vuvuzela. Mr. Bontan, what is the solution? Okay, no. Ladies, please.
Madam, go first so that I'll talk.
Okay, Nancy, 1 minute. What is the solution?
Okay. I don't know what the solution is, but I think that we need to, when they say the system has to work, this is a structural problem, grassroots, deeply rooted. And when everyone is saying it's the people, well, who are the people? We are the people, we are the government, because we are supposed to vote. Democracy is the people voting the government, right? But it's like taking a bucket of water and pouring it inside a drum of dirty water. when it pollutes the water, right? Because you cannot function in a system that is deeply corrupt. A structural issue, I'm saying that, and I'm using those words so that you people can understand the extent of the damage. So that's why when a good person goes into government to work, they are corrupted. They can't function. They can't work because your guy is corrupt. The people subordinates are corrupt, and you become frustrated. It's either you leave or you change and start acting like that. So, but when the system, these leaders, the judicial, legislator, all those executives, when they work like the foreign countries, there's corruption there. They recycle themselves, but the system, that's why they can take Donald Trump to court. That's why they can do this. That's why they can do that. When these people, when ours begin to work, then somebody comes out and they're complaining, oh, the system doesn't work, and there's something in the government that is backing them. Something will come out, something good will come out. So it's not the people was SARS. People just died. We all cried. It was painful, however that is. But what did it lead us? One of God is now telling us that some of these people are now working with APC. It's just recycling.
So Ms. Nancy, you say no solution. Thank you. Mrs. AI, please, what is the solution?
Okay.
1 minute, please.
When I came in here, I gave some examples. Okay. I gave an example of a flyer that was given to me, a pamphlet, actually, not a flyer. I didn't bother to open it. I dropped it on my table. And then, but before I go further, let me address the last point she made. She said something about foreign interference. That's a topic I personally don't want to discuss with anybody. My reason is, whenever I am being told that some group of people or some humans or some other color of skin can brainwash me, because when I talk about Nigeria, I'm talking about myself, that I'm so dumb that somebody can come and interfere in my affairs and rule my country. I don't want to be reminded how dumb I am. I don't want to be reminded how lazy and how brainless I am always. So telling me that some foreign people are interfering in my affairs, personally, I take it as an insult, because that person is actually calling me dumb. So let me leave that one as that. Now, the solution. I made mention of a pamphlet, like given to me. I didn't even bother to open it. Now, how many Nigerians know how the government of Nigeria functions? I can tell you that it's 0.005%. If you know how the system functions, you start with the system, how it functions. Not a bad system, a fantastic system. Today, we are talking about local government chairman, local government councillors. They have always been there. Who are they? I am sure that most of us on this platform this night don't even know who our councillor is. Neither do we know who our local government chairman is. That being set aside, who is our congressman? Talking about Senate, House of Assembly, House of Representatives. Who are they? We don't even know. But we know Tinubu, we know Aso Rock. We know Goodluck Jonathan, we know Aso Rock. We know Obasanjo, we know Aso Rock. And so forth and so forth. But we don't know the person that the money is being given to better our lives. And people talk about demonstrating, shutting down go to the state house, shut it down, shut down this place, shut down this place. The question you should ask your governor is, the money that is supposed to be meant for Edo people, did you receive it? How many people have asked that question before? The money that is meant for my local government, did my local government chairman receive it? We start from there. Of course, they received it because they have not come out to tell us that they have not received any money concerning our local government or our council. But we are quick to talk about the federal because it is not important to us. Federal is too far. How many people will go from Edo State or from Imo State or from Abia State or from Lagos State will walk down to Abuja to demonstrate? That's a hard one. It will make you tired. But the one right in your kitchen, you should hold responsible. Nobody is holding them responsible. And you said there is no solution. The road, as for the councillor, might be in charge of 7 or 8 or 10 roads. Where is the money? Was the money given to him? If no, why not? Why are we not asking those questions? Why are we always on the top, on the federal government, the government? And we're calling the government as if they're far away from us. They are actually within us. That's why I asked, from the first time I came to this platform to speak this night, I asked a simple question. As a Nigerian or Nigerians, who are we? What do we want? How do we want it? What actions are we supposed to take to get these things done? And until we answer these questions that actually have answers, simple answers, we are not going anywhere. They are doing the usual quick feast Nigerians are known for in Edo State. As I speak to you now, money is changing hands. And by tomorrow, I can assure you the highest bidder is going to win. They're flying in with their private jet that is actually your money. Because when I want to speak about Nigerians and their politicians, I want to ask some of them, what job has your governor, or what was your governor doing before he became governor? How come he became governor and became so rich? Some of our governors never did any work before. People like, what is it called? People like Amechi Rotimi. I can't remember him working anywhere before.
Wiki.
Excuse me, madam. But what we are doing, what we are talking here. I understand you are trying to break it down, but we don't have all day. We don't have all the hours. We are just trying to say.
Well, just give me a minute.
Bros, Oga, before you say something, let me just say my final thing for the night, just to chip that in there, not just for the madam, but for everybody. First of all, Africa is a colonized continent, and Nigeria, we got our independence some few 60 odd years ago or whatever, but we're all still under post-colonialism. A form of we all know what that is. So for anyone to come now not to talk about foreign interference is the big issue for Africa because of everything we have. They drain from the brain drain to our resources, and so to talk and beat your chest and say that you don't believe it, it's like a black woman saying she doesn't believe in racism. She doesn't see it. I think it's something to really,
You said what? What's your last sentence?
So I said that foreign interference in Africa is a huge issue because we're a colonized continent. And even if we got our independence, they never left. They left structures that still governs us. They decide, they pick and choose. If you check our history, many leaders that have wanted to change it their lives have been cut short. How do they do it? They fund a smaller group, and they do divide and conquer. So to say now that you don't believe in foreign interference in this problem that we are, structural issues. You said it was an insult. Structural issues, that's why we are suffering. That's why it's almost like we're going 1 step forward and 10 steps backwards. Hunger is an issue.
Wait, I want to ask a question, madam. Nigeria was colonized. Was China not colonized?
Yes, China was colonized, but China doesn't have what we have. China doesn't have our resources. Our resources is what is lighting up the rest of the world. We have lithium. We have yes.
Or you think, or is the template that we have
It's the
followed?
people. It's the people. It's not the resources.
It's not the resources.
We have what they want.
The template that we have followed.
These things.
The people have followed the template.
Can we have
there's
this
data for it.
conversation?
There's data for it. There's data
Yes,
for
but
it.
I believe, because now we are going into a vaster.
I'm saying we are suffering because our suffering is structural. It's structural.
Can I respond to you, ma'am?
That's what I'm saying. So foreign interference was one of the things that I said.
Respond,
I'm not just blaming you for
Madam,
everything.
let me just use my 1 minute to make a point.
Okay, thank you. Now, good night. Good night.
I bet stay in the finish.
Listen at the background because I want to respond to you.
So the truth of the matter, madam, you speak after. What you mentioned, I take exception to the fact that you say, oh, Africa, China or India or other countries, they don't have resources. That's why they are not being. No, it's the people we choose.
I didn't say they don't have resources.
No, because
China doesn't have as much
was
natural
colonized
resources
the same
as
way
we
Nigeria
do.
was colonized. Malaysia, most other countries that were colonized, same as us. They are now first world countries, even up to Singapore or Hong Kong or wherever. But
I'm not saying that our leaders should not be held accountable.
What the other lady
mentioned.
No, what the other lady mentioned is something we should ponder over. Ponder over in the sense of, where does accountability start? Why are we always focused on the center?
I said
Wait, let me make my point. Let me make my point. Accountability, who are the leaders? Where does, because when we
people that you are about to vote tomorrow,
not just that.
Governor.
She mentioned something. The people who are about to vote tomorrow, the councillor that were elected, the local government chairman, the House of Rep member. Do you understand? These people don't operate in isolation. The governor, the president, if Tinubu, for instance, being the president of Nigeria, it disburses, does he negate his monthly allocation to the state? He sends money to the state. Then the state governor, does he pass the same allocation to the local government? Do the local
who has
government
gone to jail for any of these crimes?
That is what she has mentioned. So me and you were saying the same thing.
The people that we put them in jail. It is the system that we put them in jail. It is the lawyers that we put them in jail. It is the judge that we put them in jail. How is it the woman selling tomato in the street to put them in jail?
Please let Mr. Bontan speak.
When we talk about the fundamentals, right? For instance, you are talking about people who put them in jail. The legislature, where a judge is about to be appointed or made a chief judge, they will make him suffer and beg for it. Turn them to literally beggars or slaves and start controlling them. Do you understand? Because now they said they've increased the judicial worker salary to 300%. Most of all those things comes with conditioning. Until we start identifying the separation of power, knowing that there are three arms of government in Nigeria, and not just that, from the federal to apart from the three arms of government in the federal, there are three different arms of government in governing affairs, from the federal president to the governors to the local government chairman. Like we're here now, we cannot identify what local government chairman. I'm ashamed when she mentioned it. I don't even know who the local government chairman of Oredo is. I don't know his name. So how am I going to?
It's Obasanjo's cousin.
I don't even know. It's not Obasanjo's cousin. I don't even know his name.
I see what you're saying about identifying the local government chairman. I don't know who my local government chairman is.
Okay, but what I'm saying to you is that, do you know that this local government chairman, from when we were going up, think about it, in the 80s and the 90s, when I was going to primary school, is the local government that used to take care of the primary schools and take care of certain sectors. Local government, they take care of roads. I remember when George was local government chairman, the time of certain roads in Benin, when Ida was chairman, when Lucky Benedict was local government chairman.
So you know it's the government, so it's not the market woman that takes care of the road. I'm saying that it is the government that needs to be held accountable.
What I'm saying is we are focused. Yeah, you are saying the same thing. Why you not listening? Why you not listening?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have done 3 hours here. We are still dragging ropes. Please let us finalize 1 minute each. Then Madam AI has the last say. Then we will shut down for the day. Election is in 2 hours.
Why will Madam AI have the last say? She has been talking.
Because you have been talking to Mr. Bonta. You have been sharing the China forum and
Can I have 30 seconds?
Thank you. Good night, guys.
Give me 1 minute, bro.
30 seconds, please. 30 seconds.
Okay, 30 seconds. You are taking somebody else's time. Take 30 seconds.
Please, just 30 seconds. Please. We keep saying this thing, and I go back to it. It's a Nigerian problem. Go to Nigerian embassies in civilized country where the system works. They still behave like Nigerians. So you will still go there, the lights will go off. In London, in Canada, in Washington, New York, wherever. At the end of the day, if we want to change anything, our attitude towards life has to change. I see it every day. The way people drive, the way people treat each other in banks, hospital, pharmacies. You go there, security man self. The minute he has turned to security man, Oga, let me park here. He will say, no, you can't. I mean, it's a Nigerian problem. Now, put a Nigerian in a place of power. Then we have the leadership problem. But when you now talk about accountability, from your house helps are killing their Oga and Madams in Lagos. These are house helps. So what are we talking about? Then tomorrow, you now put that person in a place of power and give him access to 100 billion. What do you expect?
Okay, why are Nigerians acting better when they live abroad? This same Nigerian problem.
They don't.
Why are Nigerians acting better when they live abroad?
Let me answer that question.
Why is the Nigerian problem not working abroad?
Nigerians, no, let me finish speaking, please. Nigerians don't act better when they are abroad. Please, have you ever been to a Nigerian?
Let me go to jail. They
conform. They conform as much as they can.
We conform because the government is there that upholds the constitution, the law.
It's not aliens that is going to uphold the law. It's
the
still
government understand that the people, but Nigerians they act better at home. Are you not living abroad? Don't you act better? In Nigeria, people beat lights, go one way. Can you go one way abroad? They'll give you $400.
Because there's consequence. There's no consequence in Nigeria.
But you make it sound.
Why is there no consequence in Nigeria? Because the government does not uphold the law. But there's consequences abroad because the government.
Speak now. You are not doing monologue here.
But you said good night just now. Let me answer, please. These so-called leaders are Nigerians. Tinubu was not born a president. He was born an ordinary citizen. At the end of the day, if we come to this, people that stay in the abroad, when you come here, the minute people get to Nigeria, these are Nigerians that live abroad. They want to jump the immigration queue in the airport. I have seen it 1,001 times.
So that's the government. Yeah. If you jump queue abroad, you will be ashamed of yourself because
that is not government. That is. I have seen people that come for.
You in Nigeria, the immigration officer, who is the public official that is supposed to hold you responsible, we collect $50 or $10,000 from you.
But why are you giving? But why are you giving? But why are you giving the country? But why are you giving the guy? No. Why are you giving the guy money in the first place? Why are you giving the guy money in the first place?
I don't give money. I don't give money.
I am talking. Okay, now let me give
personally.
You
that's me trying to change the system. I don't give.
Now, there are people that are going to come for dirty December this Christmas. Are people from abroad, though. Good, honest Nigerians. Hold on, though. Good, honest Nigerians abroad. They go to 9 to 5 job. When they come here, they have money. They will carry mobile policemen and be intimidating people.
Why don't you take mobile police abroad?
Why don't you take your salary to go? No, why don't you wait now?
And they carry bodyguard abroad too.
Okay, why don't you take your salary you earn 9 to 5 to go and carry Metropolitan Police or NYPD to be following you around? But you come to Nigeria, you go and call somebody.
Because
I need
you
two
can't
more.
do that. Because you can't do that. That's what I'm saying. You can't do that. But in Nigeria,
you can do it if you can afford it. You can do it
You
if
are
you can
missing
afford
the point. My point is that
you go to a security
it.
company.
You don't security company. You do that what they can
And they
afford
go
it.
and where Junior. I will
You
carry
put the police
bodyguard.
in your front of the hands.
but you are missing the point.
Go back to police station for New
Madam,
York.
Madam, you are missing the point. Madam, you are missing the point. My point is
no, you guys are missing the point.
no, hold on now. You keep let me finish what I'm
Madam, now you
saying.
they miss the point. We they talk the same thing, but you they miss the
You
point.
say it's the government. I say no, it's the people.
Because you say it's the people, but you come abroad, you behave yourself.
It's
Even in
the
Nigeria, when I go British and I go, they shake like newspaper. But by the time you come into the streets, everybody's lawless. So
Madam,
government.
for Bank of America, you government inside there for America. You go
No
grocery store
government
for America. Government is there.
there.
Is there government in the grocery store that you wait with you?
There's discipline. There are some people
Exactly,
who
people are not disciplined. That's what he's saying.
and they call the cops.
Is it the government that is disciplined? Is it not the people that will be
They call the
disciplined?
cops.
Okay, please. Okay, please.
This back and forth, we'll not go anywhere with
I'm
it.
not finished. You may allow me finish my
30 seconds I give you. 30 seconds I give.
But they don't let me finish my 30 seconds now. The 30 seconds they jump into my mouth.
Let other people speak now. You don't know you there now.
Other people did.
Okay, all I'm saying is that please, let me just say this and good night. Our people, we have a way of being indisciplined. Those same people are the people that go into government. That is my point. Thank you.
Good. Mr. Egbe, it's not even supposed to be you, Egbe, because your own is to give us update. 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, you are going to start again. But Miss, okay.
Let me just do 30 seconds.
30 seconds. 30 seconds.
I'll break this thing down now. You said 17 candidates are being 17 aspirants. No,
yes.
Some of them are contenders, some of them are pretenders. They just want to add that name to their CV. That's the truth.
Okay.
Then let me tell you something. We are talking about governance in Nigeria. There was this certain time, one of my cousins, he was just complaining every day. Do you know what I did? I just took him to Uniben. That's Ubawa campus. From that main gate to inside the school, you see how everything is organized. Down to the staff quarters, down to the sport complex and all that. They even have a Greek farm, a World Bank project there. You see them rear cow, they don't move around in campuses. Then when they come outside the school gate, the next thing is, look. Our best brains, they're in the campus. We just elect these guys. Our selection process is just bad. Take example, this last primaries they did. You have to know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. To win your party ticket, at the end, you'll be answerable to that person. That's the problem we just have in Nigeria. Now, Yaya Bello didn't need foreign interference to loot 80 billion naira from Kogi Treasury. Sometimes we don't call people. We should face our problem in this country. We have our own problem in this country. We should not call the foreigners or the foreign government. So that's just my point.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Brief, short. No need for the romance. Miss AI, are you there?
I'm here.
Madam, please, you have to be brief. Please,
I don't even need anything to tell you people. What I just have to make is 2 sentences. One.
Okay.
You cannot want a clean road when you pull on the road. That is one. My second statement is, if APC win Una tomorrow, Muna no cry. Una bye bye yo.
No, everybody wait. I want to for Mr. Bontai. The Oriental chairman is Dr. Tom Obaseki.
Okay, thank you.
Is your local government chairman. From Ms. Nancy Obaze, your Ipobaoka chairman is Dr. Eric Osayede. I don't know if these are medical doctors or they are doctors.
Thank you.
Because
they are native doctors. They are native doctors. They are native doctors.
These days,
you can buy it, Junior.
The society and titles are the part of the
The
misleading
problem.
of the people.
APC,
Everybody
The
wants to
problem.
be a
The
title
main
chief.
problem. The main
So
problem.
Why is it a
uh,
problem? If he has gotten a PhD, why can't he be a
we
doctor?
don't want
No,
to know
there's
if it's
how
his
many of them
Maybe
get
PhD.
he's
PhD?
We don't want to
who
know
knows?
about his
We don't
PhD.
know, but he's a doctor. Or maybe
If
he's a
this,
native
they should call
doctor.
them barrister. If they get PhD, they should call them barrister, not doctors. I'm so
PhD they buy for money for Nigeria now.
There's too many titles. They want to be
Junior,
relevant
Junior,
in a
Junior, I
society
want
that
you to,
is
I want
detailed.
us to round up on a very lighter note. All we have said here, everybody has a very valid point. Nobody, everybody is thinking along the line of progress, right? But the truth of the matter is that in as much as we all have our different views and opinions, at least more the less superior argument they carry the day, the more logical, that's how we can unite. Say we live here now because I don't agree to something doesn't mean it's wrong. Do you understand? I'm right. Or because somebody has spoke me doesn't mean I'm wrong too. So at the end of the day, now just that balance now we define. Because at the end of the day, like the lady said, Nigerians be Nigerian problem. Not be any foreign intervention or anything. We are still our own problem. And the only solution will lie within us. Period. You
Thank you
understand?
very much. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. Yes, we have come to the end of the day. Thank God. Because I remain here. You people go out and in of your phones or come after a nap. God,
Junior, you know the sleeper.
we have to end this now because we will have to start.
Junior, wait, before you end down, Junior, I might just reply to that last one. First of all, I didn't say foreign interference, the Nigerian problem. I said that one of the problems when they keep us lacking.
Yeah.
And I strongly believe that now the head, which is the structures of the government, now go move the people by upholding the constitution, the law. It's a lawless country. And until we uphold those laws, everybody go to beat like everybody do it. Like that's just what I'm saying. Not because I'm saying that what the neighbor is saying doesn't.
Madam, you know that the laws are there. The laws are there. Do we uphold it? Do we implement it? Do you understand?
That's what I'm saying. Put power in the law. People, public officials are responsible to do that. Then we go do our civic duties to support.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I thank you guys for your submission. I thank you all for coming.
Moderator, please let us know that we are the
Mr. Austin, stop it. I am a choosing. Mr. Austin, stop it. I am a choosing.
So
Who are
let
you?
nobody tell us anything. We are a choosing. Who are they?
Yes, we are all a choosing.
We're all a choosing. Thank you guys for coming to the show. There's no African program today because you guys are gone beyond programs. All I want to say today is people, call your people, go and vote. Vote. It is not a crime. We have to continue to vote till we get it right. There's no, we are not going to say there's no solution or the everyone has to come or China has to go. Just continue to vote until we get it right. That is all I have to say. Vote. Your vote is your voice. Your vote is your choice. Vote or don't
complain. The right people, Junior, say it right.
No, we see, everybody thinks his or her candidate is the right person. Some people, every candidate has got a relative. Every candidate has got a supporter. Every candidate has got someone that has benefited from them. Yeah. Even the bad people that we have, that we call the bad people, criminals have people that benefit from them. So let us still say it. It's only when we say it right. Right, to us is right. To another person is wrong. To us, our candidate is wrong, and their candidate is right. But the answer is this: vote. Just vote, and let that vote count. Finish. But if you don't vote, it will not count. Even if you're not going to count, just vote. Please. If you continue to vote and get active into it, it will get there at some point of our life. It's good. I don't think it's lucky. Let me just tell you people the truth. I don't think it's lucky. We have to be very honest. If we can have a person like Akata with vast knowledge and others, I don't want to start calling names. when you see some states, when they bring out their candidates, I don't want to call the states before they will come after me. If some states bring out their candidates, my brother, you just say INEC, rest. That's it. But when we have potential, all we want is for us to come into a uniform or a unity to pick out this potential that we can hold by the jugular. That's my take. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for being in the show. In a couple of hours, we'll be back on for the election process. I hope you guys can keep up with it. I will try to send messages. Mr. Ibe, please, the number on the screen, please send me a message so that we can, please send me a message with the number on the screen. Text Mr. Osazuwa to
I will send you a number. I'll send you a great number to you. Now.
Okay. So what I say, see you guys when we start. Do your best. We'll be on the program. Thank you all for coming. Have a beautiful day to everybody watching.
Thank you, moderator. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Right.